Hello everybody and welcome to the newest episode of The Shadow of the Silver Mane. Before we go into our usual introductions and such, just a reminder for you dear viewers, this episode is posted on my channel, Teeironor. The next episode shall be posted on Skoll Shorties channel. All the links are in the description below. And the episode after that shall be posted on Sir Thompshire's channel, then back to me, and so on and so forth. Now, before we go into what happened last time and why this background looks so purple when maybe the last episode you saw was Stormwindy, let's check up on the people who have once again joined me and have them introduce themselves and their characters. I rolled some dice in the background. The dice have decided that Sir Thompshire should go ahead and introduce himself and his character first. Can you please go ahead, Thompshire?
Sure. As always, I'll be playing Benjamin Aaran, Sellsword, ex-criminal, and dimensional traveler very soon. Yeah, we're about to go on a little adventure to save Lyri from her doom, essentially.
Yeah, to your knowledge, yeah. Thank you very much, Thompshire. Next, according to the dice, would be good old DoomGoblin, whom I almost called by another name once again, and I apologize. Can you please go ahead, DoomGoblin?
Yeah, hello, it's me, DoomGoblin, and I'm going to be playing Captain Bladebeard, a very magical pirate captain.
Yep. Just for our viewers, because I didn't mention this in the recap, just as a brief reminder for our viewers, because of some very, very lucky rolls last time, apparently Bladebeard has a lot of innate magical potential. Go figure, just because of some very, very lucky rolls. We'll see if that leads anywhere. Thank you very much, DoomGoblin. Next, according to the dice, we've got Netherstorm Lady herself, Zelris. Can you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
I'm Zelris, and I play Lyri Embersorrow, the finally free, unhindered main character from now on, without all the other ones slow me down.
That's an interesting way to put it, but thank you very much, Zelris. And next, we would have good old Skoll. Can you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Yep. I'm Skoll Shorties, and I'm playing the ogre pirate, Buhd, who is stubbornly wanting to stay behind and deal with his ogres rather than going to spooky, broken planet of Outland.
Yep. Who can blame him, honestly. But thank you very much, Skoll. So, last time, having teleported herself to the Netherstorm, Lyri Embersorrow soon stumbled upon a lone Blood Oath scout named Dracius. The man belonged to remnants of Prince Xal'atath's Sun Fury forces, still striving to continue the Sun King's work of siphoning mana from the Twisting Nether. Though distrustful, after learning of Lyri's heritage, the scout agreed to lead her to the group's headquarters, a damaged mana forge. On the way, they managed to slip past a hunting nether drake as well as an ethereal patrol. Seemingly, the Ethereum, whom Xal'atath had dealings with before betraying them, had been kidnapping the Sun Fury Blood Oaths, whereupon Lyri informed her companion of their experiments in transforming people into magically infused abominations. I said abominations, but the script says automatons, but I guess abominations is more fitting. Anyway. After reaching the Mana Forge, Lyri met with the leader of the Sun Fury remnants, a woman named Oscuri. Eventually, our hero agreed to help the Blood Oath stave off a Xal'atath city scouting party, where she would be joined by Dracius and a magic wielder. In return, Oscuri promised to tell Lyri more about her father. Back in Stormwind City, the rest of our group discussed their options going forward, with most of them, except for Captain Buhd, intending to go and rescue Lyri. Leaving Tomo and John to stay with the ogres, our heroes left to look for a mage who could secure their return trip from the Netherstorm, and decided upon one of Captain Bladebeard's old contacts, read ex-girlfriend, a necromancer woman named Satea. Since the Cathedral District was still cordoned off by the Stormwind Guard, our group decided to use the city's underground tunnels to reach Satea. Soon afterwards, they stumbled upon the undead dwarf fortune teller, whom Bladebeard recognized as his great-great-grandmother Grusuina. Since she was apparently Satea's servant, she led our group directly to the necromancer's lair. There, the mage was unable to hide her connection to the Silver Mane or her nefarious plans for Stormwind, but heartily agreed to help our heroes and join them in another storm after Bladebeard showed her a hologram of an Ethereum automaton person. So, Lyri, I think it's best that we check up on what's up with you, given the fact that we ended last session with the other 3/4 of the group. So, you haven't, departed the Mana Forge yet. You were given the task of go with Dracius and pick someone else to join you and stave off these Xal'atath City patrols. Currently, you are in the process of finding someone. Above board, that person has already been found, but narratively you're still looking. What's going through Lyri's mind at this point?
Lyri is looking around for any useful thing she can snatch while, kind of going around trying to find this person. I think she's pretty confident with herself. She, finally, after these last, few days, few weeks, has been allowed to, go on a little journey independently. So she's excited to get back into that because it's been a while. Mm-hmm. I think she's mostly pretty excited for what's to come. And she's hoping that, this won't take her too long.
Sure. As for the looking for useful stuff, can you give me a careful?
That's to be expected.
Sure. I guess. Yeah, I would say that you see one of the blood elves working at one of the conducts of this ruined Mana Forge. Though above board, I don't know if Lyri knows the term. And the tool he's using is a mixture of arcane and usual technology, and it imagine a sort of small blowtorch. That's what it looks like. It looks very, very tempting to you.
Mm-hmm.
Though I will mention, given your role, it's up to you to decide if that would be actually useful.
No, it's probably not useful. Lyri's gonna pass it. Not gonna bother with it.
Sure. As you are just sort of wandering the halls, one thing I forgot to mention. You still have your level 4 consequence. It's been a couple sessions, so it will go away, but as with all stresses and consequences, only provided you have a chance to rest, which you haven't had yet.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take a short rest in any way, shape, or form, that level 4 consequence will go away, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you walking with Dracius, or are you more or less on your own in the Mana Forge?
She's kind of following Dracius, but still keeping a distance to, I guess, see what's going on and not be too, tied down by what he's doing. She's loosely following him.
Are you hungry?
No, I'm fine.
Trust me, you won't be eventually. As you can tell, we don't particularly have a lot of supplies. You'll get tired of the conjured bread soon enough.
I can conjure my own bread.
Oh. Better than Mirana's?
Lyri just kind of shrugs.
Maybe we'll have some use for you after all. Care to put it to a test?
Sure. Although, shouldn't we be getting food from the Xal'atath forces we're killing?
Are you suggesting we eat them?
Well, no, but if they're trying to make advancements onto our territory, surely they brought supplies, right?
Oh, from what I would say we, but really it's mostly been me. What I've mostly been able to tell is just 2 scouting parties so far. They probably have some supplies on them, but not exactly sufficient to feed our whole group.
Unfortunate.
Quite. Well, we were looking for a third person to join us. Mirana, that's why I hate the fucking name, is a capable enough mage and warlock. Would you like to meet her?
I'd be pleased.
Okay. He will guide you along several corridors within the Mana Forge. As you're walking, he will ask, tell me, out of curiosity, what's our reputation back home?
Not the best. It's divisive, to say the least.
Figured as much. If those fools don't recognize true power, they never will, I suppose. Still, if it's just this group, I do worry about, well, the future of our race, to be perfectly frank.
Well, there's only so much you can do out here, right?
True. But if the fools back on Azeroth are, well, doomed, I do wonder if we're the last to carry forward the bloodline of the Highborn. What is to be our fate? This isn't... Oh, this place is trimming with magic, but I worry about its future.
I don't think it's really... I mean, at least in the position you're in right now, it's not looking great. Lyri kind of mumbles.
So what are your thoughts? Obviously you don't know all of our secrets, all of our numbers, but what are your thoughts preliminarily, let's say? Where does our future lie? I'm curious to know the opinion of a third party.
Well, it's all about, Lyri kind of like scratches the back of her head trying to think of what he'd like to hear. Well, we should focus on the now, and the now is protecting our home from the war that's going on, and keeping ourselves above those other races, because they've been nothing but trouble, right?
If you'd like, you can also roll a careful to check his demeanor. Like you mentioned that you were like trying to think of what this guy wants to hear. You can roll a careful to like determine that if you'd like.
Lyri's careful was really bad, but let's go.
Okay, with that roll, you think he's just the like stereotypical, like, think of the worst stereotypes about the Sun Fury and amplified them. This guy is clearly like a mana addict who doesn't really know or understand about anything else. He's just like a Phillips-obsessed moron in your eyes.
Well, family's great, right? Don't you love all this power? I mean, who cares about people back home, right? I mean, I was just kind of talking a big game back then, but really, I mean, who cares, right?
Right. He goes silent.
Right. Lyri says, can Lyri tell that she messed up? Or
Give me another careful, I suppose. I'll say that because you were trying to determine what this guy wants to hear, it's probably not what he wanted to hear.
Lyri will shut up for the time being because, you know, she said a bad thing.
Sure. And then he'll continue. He'll ask rather. So what do they use to feed themselves back home?
I
imagine they haven't also come to being wretched.
The Sunwell, right? I mean, what else do they use?
The Sunwell. It's back. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, it's been back for like a few years now.
Are you being truthful?
Yeah, I'm being truthful. Lyri just kind of has a deadpan expression on her face, kind of unsure about if this guy's being serious or not.
Give me another careful if you'd like to further discern his demeanor. You definitely see surprise and apparent shock on his face. It's clearly news to him.
Wait, you didn't realize that? I mean, how would you? But no, the Sunwell has been back for quite a while.
Well, in this place, we obviously don't exactly need to worry very much about hunger for magic. It's practically all around you. So I guess we just didn't notice. But that is, for the moment, don't tell anybody else about this. All right?
Not planning to. I'm actually heading back home to try and.
You're heading back home.
Well, that's why I came here, right? I mean, I don't mind how.
You mentioned that, but is that still your decision?
Well, I don't mind assisting people where I go, but eventually I want to head back home. Yeah, all my father's legacy is back home. My entire family's legacy is back home.
No, your father's legacy is right here with this that he motions around that he helped build.
But he only came out here to preserve things he had back there, and that's just... I mean, what you see in him is far different from what I see in him.
That much is clear.
Yeah, I mean, he was my father after all. Lyri kind of rolls her eyes.
When was the last time you spoke to him before he departed with our king to join Illidan?
Lyri kind of sighs. We did throw him some like a leaving party kind of.
So it was before our people arrived in Outland.
Yes.
Then clearly you don't know your father as well as you think. No offense intended.
Right. I had to wear that garish outfit he made me. Embarrassing.
He lets out a sigh and says, well, it's not... This isn't for me to tell, but do talk to Oscuri some more if you want to truly know more about what your father was doing.
Mm-hmm. She has told me to...
Then I will say nothing more.
Mm-hmm. She's told me to, come back to her and maybe she'll tell me some more, I guess.
He shrugs at you and says, I said I would say nothing more. It's not my place to say.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at this point you would arrive at not a cantina, but like a sort of sleeping quarters area, let's say, where you would see, once I put them on screen, a fancy render made by Thompshire. of the mage warlock lady named Mirana, and she is accompanied by give me a second to put it on screen. Oh yeah, this lovely thing, sort of jumping and prancing around. She currently seems to be conjuring food for some of the like not so magically inclined bloodos. There's Mirana. She's a strong one, incapable enough. Let's meet her. Let's have you introduce yourself.
Lyri nods and gives this Mirana person a glance.
Yeah. Do you approach?
I approach.
And she finishes conjuring some food for one of the workers, and you can see it's very, very plain bread. And she also looks slightly dissatisfied with her work. The imp looks in your direction, and as Dracius approaches, he says, "Mirana." She looks up and says, "Dracius, and who's this? I haven't seen your face before."
Lyri kind of looks over to see if he's gonna say anything.
He like sidesteps to like have you face her directly, if that makes sense, without him being like in between you guys.
Similarly, Embersorrow. Lyri inside our head.
She joking? No. And she says, "Are you?" And Dracius immediately says, "That's not for you to ask." And Mirana shuts up and says, "Dracius, what the fuck is going on?" "Well, she is apparently a interdimensional traveler of some sorts, and well, she's stopping by to help us. Or have I gotten any details wrong?"
No, not particularly.
"A mission from the lady," says Mirna. "Quite. We are to look for one of the nearby Xal'atath patrols, and well, have we decided on which one to go for?" Looking at you.
Which patrol to go for?
"There's one from the Aldor and one from the Scryers. Above board, I don't think you would know what that means, Lyri."
She won't. Let's go after those scryers. Above board, Lyri kind of knows what scrying is, kind of. So she's gonna assume they're magical people. So that's a big break.
A logical assumption, and Dracius looks at you and says, "Well, I suppose you weren't kidding." Okay. And Mirana, sort of dusting herself off, says, "So what are you capable of, newcomer?"
Behold, Lyri will try casting some conjured bread.
"Give me a careful, I suppose, or clever, up to you."
Nope, I just rolled careful, so hopefully, it's not bad.
Yeah, you. This is like a more relative roll, let's say. Like, it's not a set difficulty; it's rather the relative to your average. With that roll, you definitely conjure above average bread, for lack of a better term. Like, what are you thinking of when you think of good bread? That's what you conjure. Feel free to describe it or not, it's up to you.
It's big, soft, and looks very, very tasty.
Mirna sort of scoffs at you and says, "Prefer crunchy myself."
Well, back home we eat more fair things.
"Back home, huh? One of those people?" Dracius says, "No, I think she's quite the opposite." Whatever. Are we going? What do you intend to do with that?
The bread?
She nods.
I'm just intending to show off. Mary just kind of like tries to find somewhere to place the bread.
Give it to pointing at random injured blood oaf. They probably need it more than anyone else.
Mary will head over and give it to that person, a random person.
If you were to look back, you would definitely see Dracius and Myrna talking to each other about something, while the imp just stares at you.
Some bread.
Oh, thank you, says the blood oaf. Do I know you?
Don't think so, although you might know my father. Apparently everyone does.
Oh? Damn Void Walker. Who's your father?
Well, I'm an Embersorrow, so Mary kind of scoffs. I mean, it's nothing really.
Can you give me a flashy?
Sure. These pros are lagging. It should be there in a second.
Yeah, roll 20 can be.
There you go too.
Okay. Are you okay? Okay. He like looks definitely shocked. But like shock turning into like pleasant surprise. And he says, are you what was the name? Sen Mikhail, or are you San Lumi?
Lyri.
Ah, there you go. Okay, so you're that one. Okay.
Why did the old man talk about me?
Well, of course he did. You're his family.
Pleasant things, I assume.
Sure. I mean, if he is indeed your father, of course. I mean, that's what parents usually talk about, right? Have you met Lady Oscuri yet?
Mm-hmm. They have.
What'd you think?
Quite a character.
I suppose.
Is she? Is she of any noble blood? She seems to garner quite a lot of loyalty.
I'm not sure. I should be talking about that. Above board, feel free to like push if you'd like, or feel free to leave it be. It's entirely up to you.
Lyri will leave it be.
Well,
all right then.
Thank you once again. Thank you.
Don't sweat it. Lyri will kind of get back up and head back over to Dracius.
Sure. You rejoin Dracius and Myrna, all the while, again, the imp is staring straight at you, and when you approach, it like drags Myrna's robe, like not drags, like pulls on Myrna's robe to like get her attention, and yeah, she sees you approach, and her and Dracius stop their conversation, and Dracius says, "Well, are we set to go?"
We are set to go.
Very well. So I believe I spotted them last time to the northwest, though they obviously could have moved in the meanwhile. A brother and sister pair from the looks of it.
Interesting. Lyri kind of says nervously.
They were wearing robes, so I guess this is like your guys are walking and talking at this point. By the way, they were wearing robes, so I'm guessing they were magic users. Do you have any experience in fighting them and fighting such people?
Of course I do. The last magic user I fought, they had quite the fight. I took her arm clean off. it was quite a sight to behold.
Can you give me a flashy?
There you go.
Dracius seems to nod, and Myrna just stares at you and says, "You're lying. What kind of incompetent mage would allow someone to get close to them and for you to chop off their arm? You don't even look that strong."
Well, I mean, it was in an enclosed space. That was back when I was in. There was this place called the Brawlers Guild, and
Sounds stupid.
I wanted to get in. I mean, you'd be right. People who voluntarily decide to fight in a big guild are, quite intelligently not intelligent. Lyri kind of runs out of things to say and scratches the back of her head again.
She, still glaring daggers at you, and just says, "Right." And Dracius will continue. "Anyway, I suppose that they are, of Shorties City scouts. They are the ones more looking at the magical side of what might be happening. They might have detected the void surge of last week." And she says, "I keep saying that's not my fault." And Dracius will say, "That's not the topic for today. So, our mission is simple enough. Track them, if at all possible. I think ideally it would be that they would just leave on their own accord after finding nothing. That would definitely send an all-clear signal back to Shorties City. But if need be, or if they get too close, well, he makes the neck-slashing gesture."
Lyri will nod solemnly.
And Myrna will say, "So, what's our plan of attack?" And Dracius will say, "Well, apparently she is skilled enough at stalking, and sneaking about. So if we do need to eliminate them, my proposal would be that I suppose I could call, or myself or you could cause a distraction, while our dear friend, goes and stabs them from the back." And Myrna will look at you and says, "I don't trust her enough for that." And Dracius shrugs and says, "Look, if she stays with the not sneaking party, it's almost as likely that she will stab the other person in the front." I guess that's true. What are your thoughts, newcomer?
You think I'd betray you?
They both look at you with deadpan faces, you can clearly tell that the answer is yes from both of them.
Just because I want to go back to Quothalas? Come on. You think I disrespect my father's legacy like that?
Apparently you don't even fucking know what your father's legacy is, says Myrna.
Well, I know enough about the man he was back home. I can believe in his ideals, even if I don't know what they are.
Myrna looks like she's about to say something, but Dracius looks at her and says again, Myrna, that's not for you to say. And Myrna...
I mean, if she has something she wants to say, she can say it, right?
It's not for us to say, says Dracius, looking at you this time. Speak to Milady if you want to know more. Anyway.
I see.
Anyway, shall we be on our way?
Mm-hmm.
Myrna says, "Oh, hold on for a moment. Let's see." And she starts digging through her bag, and she, after a couple seconds, would hand you her own Sun Fury tabard. Wear this.
This?
Just a public display of loyalty. And Dracius says, "And why aren't you wearing it yourself?" above board because Thompshire didn't make the render that way. In character,
Whoops.
in character, she will say, "Look, everyone knows who I am. People don't know who you are. We need to show the flag. Have her properly display her loyalties, right?"
Right. Lyri will put on the tabard, kind of reluctantly, not knowing where it's been.
It definitely smells like sweat.
Are we bringing that thing with us as well? Or he kind of points at the imp.
The imp grins at you and Myrna says, "Why, you have a problem?"
Well, I mean, I thought someone of such high regard could summon something a bit more intimidating.
Well, of course. But I really don't think we'll need someone or something intimidating for this paltry little task.
Fair enough.
She shrugs. Do you continue on your way after having put on the tabard?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you roll me a careful?
Careful, right?
Yep. Okay. After a couple seconds, the imp will still dancing along, all the while it's been hanging behind you, and now dancing along, it jumps in front of you holding your daggers, having apparently robbed you.
A what? What stole it?
Daggers, your daggers.
No, as in what stole my daggers?
The imp.
The imp? Alright. Lyri sees that. Oh, she's pissed. Hey, your thing.
Poultry little thing? Yes, poultry.
Lyri will... How far away is it?
Oh, like a meter or two in front of you.
Alright. Lyri is going to try and blink behind it and kick it in the back of the head.
Wait, I want to compel you. Okay, give me a moment. I want to compel your scheming magi. And
Alright.
This imp just stole your daggers.
Uh-huh.
You're a magi, you're a blood elf, maybe, you're a little, we could use a little, little fell from that imp. So, a little mana tap, who knows?
It's only an imp. It's barely any fell. You know what? I'll take it.
Okay, I'll pass along one of Thompshire's fate points.
It's not like some kind of wrath god or something. It's a tiny little imp. It's nothing.
Just an above board reminder, Thompshire, because it's your compel, you set the limit. So hypothetically, if Lyri fails to mana tap the imp, you can say, well, but I compelled you to mana tap the imp, you're gonna track it to the ends of the earth to mana tap it or something, or you can leave it be, you decide the limits, okay?
Sure. Just mana tap and dry, that's all.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Lyri will blink behind the imp and then grab it by the head and try and mana tap it, I guess. That'll be a move instead.
Are you using your stunt or...
No, it's just a normal blink.
Okay, then give me a quick, please.
Okay. Whoa, that's a pretty good quick.
Okay, and with that big of a difference in rolls, the imp doesn't have much HP. That is sufficient to, knock it out of the combat to be. So, yeah, the imp is at your mercy.
Okay, Lyri grabs it, by the Lyri grabs it, holds it up, and mana taps it.
Okay. You mana tap the imp as Dracis and Myrna look on with interest. And yeah, the imp lets out a scream of pain and terror. And you do feel this influx of fell magic. Now, you're right that this isn't like a Wrath Guard or anything, so it's not a whole lot, but it's still a living, sentient creature with a bunch of fell magic. You definitely feel like hypothetically, if you were still hungering for magic, like if you were a blood oath before the Sunwell was restored, this imp would have filled you up for probably like a week or so. It's definitely a lot, not an overwhelming amount, but a lot of film magic. And
Does it drop my daggers while I'm doing this?
oh yeah, it go like you kill it
Cool.
as it writhes in agony and like lets out a scream that slowly becomes like diminishes over time as it loses its strength in the next couple of seconds. And yeah, you feel the influx of film magic, and again, above board film magic, you feel it as like think of like very, very strong alcohol. Like it feels like it burns you from the inside, but it's also like energizing in a weird way, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Lyri, after mana tapping it, kind of very exaggeratingly like angry, throws it at the ground.
It starts to disintegrate.
Pest! Can't stand that thing. Lyri goes to pick up her daggers.
You successfully do so. Dracius slowly claps and says, well, I've never seen someone dispatch an imp with that much ease.
It was only an imp.
Yes, poultry indeed, says Myrna. So, well, now she looks at Dracius. Now that I've lost my accountant, how I suppose you're gonna be taking care of rationing everyone? And Dracius holds up his hand as if in like a fake sorry, and says, I'm sure Lady Lyri will be able to help you with that.
Of course. Lyri kind of gives Myrna a wide, creepy smile.
Repugnant.
Anyway,
Myrna will begin summoning another demon.
Lyri kind of notices and looks back. So what is it this time?
Myrna doesn't say anything.
Hopefully something that can keep its hands to itself, right?
And after a short while, as she finishes the casting, she says, just another paltry one. Again, I don't think this task will require something more significant, as a Voidwalker appears.
Whoa! Quite impressive.
Dracius rolls his eyes and says, don't cause another. And Myrna says, I don't want to hear it from you. The Voidwalker stares directly at you, Lyri, and you hear its voice in your mind say, Kin, consume.
Can I talk back in my mind?
I don't know, can you?
Lyri will try and talk back in her mind.
What do you quote-unquote say?
Kin?
Consume.
I'm no kin of you.
It still stares at you.
I'm not your master. You should be looking at this wonderful person. Lyri kind of pictures Myrna in her mind's eye.
The Voidwalker still stares at you, and once again you hear, consume.
Right, well, I mean, if you're going to be following me, then I guess that's fine. Just listen to what I say or whatever, and don't get in my way.
Dracius says, Lyri, what are you doing? You and the Voidwalker are staring at each other.
It's just talking to me or something, I don't know.
Talking to you? Right, says Myrna.
Yeah, it's strange.
Come along. She starts walking in a direction, and Dracius says, and Dracius like walks ahead and says, come on, you don't even know where you're heading, this way. All the while, the Voidwalker follows Myrna, but you do hear its voice in your mind once again says, "Consume." And over time, it will repeat various like synonyms of the word consume, like devour, eat, stuff like that, at regular intervals.
Lyri is pissed off at this Voidwalker. It's getting on her nerves.
Understandable.
But she won't say anything for the time being.
Understandable. Shall we check up on Benjamin, Bladebeard, and Buhd before seeing where Lyri's little adventure will head to?
Yep.
Okay. So, Benjamin, Bladebeard, and Buhd. Actually, give me a second to switch the OBS thingies. Okay. Benjamin, Bladebeard, and Buhd. You guys are like sort of on the verge of like leaving the necromancer Satea's house. If you remember, Thompshire, Benjamin got splashed with zombie guts, and you've been trying to like mask that with perfume with fairly limited success, but you still haven't left. You guys haven't left the house yet. Satea, sort of walking from what you would know as the kitchen, will come up to you guys and say, "So, what's the plan, everyone?"
I guess we are going back to the Cathedral Square, not District Square.
My bad.
And we are... what?
My bad for saying district in the
Oh, I said it a lot of times as well. They are all districts, but that one is square. Also mage quarters. But yeah, never mind. Square. And we are going to get the mall, and we're going to meet you back here, I guess.
Okay. I'll set up the teleportation circle in the meanwhile so that we have our return point.
Oh, great.
And she walks to you and like shakes your hand again, Bladebeard. If you take it, will you take it?
Yeah, sure.
I'm really, really happy to be working with you again, Bladebeard.
Yeah, me too.
And
is her hand like unnaturally cold or something?
Oh, definitely. But like you know that like some people also have like naturally cold hands, so it doesn't feel like a corpse or something.
Yeah, sure.
After letting go, she would turn to Benjamin and Buhd as well and say, before you go, I wanted to ask everyone, hypothetically, if something bad were to happen, since you won't be needing it anymore, may I have your corpses? You won't be needing it anymore, and I promise I won't damage your soul too much.
I kind of like my soul. Oh, where it is.
Yeah, I think I'll take my chances with that grey dude that Ano mentioned at some point.
Which grey dude?
I'm not sure. He said something about nipples. I'm not really sure.
The Eternal Master. Right. Says Satea. If that's what you want, obviously I can't. Well, I can, but I'm a person of my word, usually. Okay, I will not defile your corpse. But if you do change your mind, it will be a lot of help to me and no trouble at all to you.
Right, I'll think about it.
She also looks at Bladebeard and says, what about you, Bladebeard?
I don't think I'm gonna die anytime soon, so
Sure. I mean, this is hypothetically, purely hypothetically.
Didn't you die like last week, Bladebeard?
oh, but I was revived.
Oh, really? She like kneels down to you and like, if you would let her, like, would start inspecting like your hands, your feet, and says, I'm trying to look for signs. You don't seem undead. She's still like inspecting your various limbs.
Well, I'm sure that's gonna happen again if I. Actually, let's not test that theory, but yeah, sure. If I die, I won't be needing my corpse anymore, right? Go do whatever you want with it.
She looks at you like very happy and says, "Oh, thank you, Bladebeard. Same to you. If I die, I entrust my corpse to you. Though I don't think you would really have a use for it, but you never know, I guess. Give me a second while I look up her stats, because I'd like her to roll something. Where the hell did I put her? Give me a second.
Oh, can I also roll to discover her aspects?
Sure, but don't roll yet, because I also need... Wait, that's not right. Okay, this isn't right. Give me a moment, please. I'm very sorry. Humdidum. Just a moment. Basically what's happening is I have like an older version of her character sheet on hand. This is like way before, but I don't have the more recent version of her character sheet, which is very odd. Okay. Well, the older version isn't very helpful because I changed some of her aspects in the meantime. But okay, for you, DoomGoblin, it's for rolling her careful to discover her stuff. Difficulty 4 for her high concept or her tertiary, and difficulty, I guess, 6 for her trouble.
All right, I'm gonna do a roll. What was it for?
4.
Just
4.
her. Oh, never mind then.
Okay. Okay. But she's going to do something as well. As she's still like inspecting you, Bladebeard, she eventually like it reaches the point where she inspects your head, and like her eyes widen in surprise, and she says, "Oh, that is definitely unexpected. Okay, wow. Okay." She like backs off from you after like getting up. Okay. Okay. Noted.
What's up?
Nothing. Nothing. Well, probably, hopefully. Have you, how to put this? She like looks at Benjamin and Buhd and says, "Are you comfortable having a medical, for lack of a better term, conversation with?" Looking at Benjamin and Buhd.
A medical conversation?
Well, magically medical, but still sort of medical.
I guess.
Well, I'm asking him if he's comfortable having this conversation with you two. Are you free that close?
Sure. What's going on with me?
Okay. Take a seat, Bladebeard, okay? And just take a seat. And she like proceeds to like also drag out a chair for herself, so that she's like face to face with you.
All right, I take a seat.
Okay. And now you're like face to face as she like leans down and like looks you straight in the eye and says, "Okay, this may sound very, very strange, but and hopefully the answer is no. But have you ever there's no nice way of putting this. Have you ever heard a voice that's not your own inside your head?"
Oh yeah, many times.
Many times.
Oh yeah, and a bunch of different voices.
Okay, she doesn't look at you anymore, and everyone can see, like, it's obvious that she has a very concerned expression on her face, and she says, "Okay. Well, okay. Okay.
Is there a problem with that? Do you have any voices in your head?
That's neither here nor there. She looks at Benjamin and Buhd, and you can clearly see that she's like slightly panicking, and she says, "Well, I'm sure it won't be a problem." And she like gets up and says, "Right, you have some Tomo person to retrieve, right? Right? Okay.
Yeah, everything's gonna be fine.
Yep, nothing
Like
to worry
always.
about."
That don't sound good.
Don't know what you're talking about. On your way, come on, on your way.
All right, should we go back to the tunnels? Right?
The nasty tunnels, not the pretty smelling city.
Well, if your great grandma can show us the way, probably faster.
Oh, sure. I can have Grusuina guide you, but why would you want to go through the tunnels? It's the cathedral district is just out over the bridge over there.
Well, there are a bunch of guards blocking it.
Yeah, the district is quarantined thanks to a certain dwarf.
She looks concerned when you say quarantined, but when you say certain dwarf, she like relaxes and says, "Another one of your drunken binges?"
No, I don't think I'm at fault here. It's Lyri, the person we are trying to rescue.
That's not a dwarven name.
Yeah, I don't think she's a dwarf. She's a blood elf.
Okay. Lots of questions. Okay. Then what dwarf are you referring to, looking at Benjamin?
I just blinked 2 times and pointed to Bladebeard.
So it was one of your drunken binges.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm confused. I have no idea what you're talking about, Benjamin.
He really is drunk all the time normally.
Well, my point is, the district's closed off, and avoiding troubles with the guards is always a good thing.
Okay. Not sure why we came to my house then, but okay. Let's go back downstairs then.
All right.
Do you head downstairs?
Okay.
Ababo, do you head downstairs?
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
It's an uncomfortable squeeze for you, but you manage to get downstairs as well, with everyone climbing down to the basement of the basement of the basement, and once again the smell of pure rot and death grows stronger, and as you enter Satea's actual quote-unquote base, Grusuina is already next to the door on all fours, ready to guide you guys, staring sort of silently. And Satea will say, "Well, when you get back here for us actually going to that place, where are you going to be coming from? From down here or up there? Just so I know, like, I can't, well, if I'm here, I can't hear someone knocking on the door, being honest.
Down here, probably. Right?
I just no.
Okay. Well, I do. You're in the Cathedral District. Okay, I know. Okay, there's a manhole that I'll have you exit out of, I think, and Gruswina will be waiting for you guys at that manhole whenever you need to return, and she can guide you on your way back. These tunnels can be pretty confusing even for me sometimes, but with her it shouldn't be any problem.
Right, and there's a bunch of not very pleasant people too.
However do you mean? Oh, the cultist people.
Yeah.
Well, if you see any on your way, please kill them. That would be very, very helpful. They've really been a pain in my butt, but they, whenever they die, their corpses are honestly sometimes a treasure trove. But they're also somewhat contaminated. So.
Well, at least the conspiracies kill each other. It's fine by me.
She leans down to whisper something to you, Bladebeard. Will you allow her?
Sure.
She whispers to you, they might help you with that, the voices in your mind, maybe? And she gets back up. Benjamin and Buhd, feel free to, if you'd like, to roll carefuls to see if you can determine what she said. Apparently not.
Womp womp.
So only Bladebeard heard that. And she says, well, I'll go back to stirring the cauldron menacingly, and you guys be on your way.
Alright, see ya soon.
See ya. And she blows you a kiss, Bladebeard.
I blow a kiss back.
She smiles, and for Benjamin and Buhd, she gives a hearty wave.
Buhd gives a hesitant but a thumbs up.
Benjamin just gives a nod.
And Gruswina will guide you guys towards the Cathedral District. Okay. Do you talk about anything with her? She will remain mostly silent, occasionally emitting like some strange rabbit animal sounding noises. Or if you guys come upon any rats, you will see her staring for a while at them before continuing on, as if she's like driven by some magical command that she has to obey.
Buhd kind of just hums to himself quietly.
Benjamin Bladebeard?
No.
Nothing really.
Okay, and eventually one of the tunnels will connect to some of the underground sewers, where an entirely different foul stench will assault your nostrils. And going through the sewers for a little bit, you will eventually reach a manhole cover, and Gruswina says, Up, Gruswina.
Oh, no,
I guess this is our exit.
Okay.
We'll wait here for return. Yes, if not here, go for Gruswina. Yes.
Alright, see ya.
She smiles creepily at you, Bladebeard, and will also blow you a kiss.
I'll start climbing.
Everyone else?
Yeah, we follow.
Yeah, Buhd will climb after that. He really wants out of here.
Okay. I'll move Benjamin's token to represent where you guys are as you come out into the cathedral district. Fortunately, in like a little side street, not in like a clearly visible public area or anything. No, you're not where DoomGoblin's little icon is. Bladebeard's little icon, rather. As soon as you come out, well, a question: have any of you guys ever watched Star Trek: The Next Generation?
No.
No.
Okay. There's a little sound that I thought would be best described that way. But Bladebeard, in your belongings, wherever you might keep them, if you have like a bag or just in your coat in general, you hear like a beeping sound, like a beep beep, beep beep.
Oh, I checked the hourglass.
It is not the hourglass. Beep beep.
Oh, is it the ethereal box?
Yep, it is. The like little button that you can press is what's the word for like when a light repeatedly turns on and off? What's the word for that?
Blinking.
Blinking. Yeah, it's blinking.
I need to go to pee, guys.
Beep beep.
I'll be back in a moment.
Yeah, just
Beep,
go.
beep.
Don't get arrested.
Beep beep. Everyone
Me?
hears.
No.
Everyone hears the beep. By the way.
Does your bladder have an alarm or something?
Aye.
Beep beep.
Uh-huh.
Beep beep.
Oh, okay.
Beep beep. Beep beep.
All right. Get the mall. I'll join you soon.
Beep beep.
So we meet back here.
Beep beep.
Sure.
Beep beep. Beep beep.
If you
Beep beep.
say so.
Beep beep. Beep beep. What do you guys do specifically?
I guess Bud and I head to the ogre place.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to some back alley.
You are already in one, so a back alley of a back alley, sure. You head there, and what do you do as the thing keeps beeping?
Hello?
Beep beep. Beep beep.
I press it.
Yeah, and eventually you will hear, and after you press it, the beeping and the light stops, and you will hear good old Nexus Lord's voice say, Captain Bladebeard, I've been trying to reach you for a while. Were you underground or in a warded location?
Oh, underground. I was in a tunnel, so that probably was jamming the signal.
Right. It can be a bit finicky at times. Captain Bladebeard, there's one thing I neglected to mention, and I do apologize, and I apologize if this damages our business relationship in any way. This little item that I gave you is also a listening device.
Oh, alright.
Right. And, since you and your friends were away, I took the liberty of sending some of my people to retrieve the merchandise.
Lyri or the ogres?
The ogres. Though it's very interesting.
Buhd?
Very interesting that Lyri is where you claim she is. What were you going to say, Skoll?
Can Buhd hear this?
Depends. Did you go with Benjamin towards the ogres, or are you stalking Bladebeard?
No, I probably went with Benjamin.
Then you cannot hear it, unless
no.
unless Benjamin stayed behind to stalk Bladebeard.
No, not really.
Okay. Bladebeard, what do you say to what the Nexus Lord said?
Oh, they are retrieving the ogres right now?
Oh yes, almost finished, I believe. Now I understand that this was a breach of trust, and I'm not going to let this go lightly. So, in return, since you have been a very reliable and very patient business partner, I have instructed my agents to leave one of my most prized artifacts and possessions in exchange for the merchandise. And I believe you should find it on, I believe the term is the bar at the place where the merchandise is stored. Above board, the like quote-unquote hotel did have like a small bar, so you get the mental image of where that may be.
Yeah. Wait. Let me think if there's a way for me to convince him to bring ogres back. I don't think there is. Even with lying. Any ideas, guys?
I got nothing on this one.
Yeah, we gotta kill him now.
Yeah, Bud's gonna rip this guy in pieces and wear him as a trophy.
So, if you don't mind, can I know where exactly are you bringing the ogres?
Well, that is a business secret, dear Captain Bladebeard. But again, I don't want to damage our business relationship. And again, I realize that this has been a breach of trust between our two parties. I'm aware of that, and I'm willing to make amends. And trust me when I say the artifact I've left behind, I believe it will definitely cover the cost of the merchandise and some over as well. You did mention you were going to provide them anyway. I figured it might be better to expedite things while the other two are out of the way as well.
What of John and Tamal and that old dwarf lady?
Who?
People who are not ogres that were there. What of them?
Let me see. You hear like the sound of like stacking papers, of like papers being shuffled. And let's see, according to the report from the retriever, they did. Oh yes, there was a former employee of mine, but apparently he escaped upon contact. There was also an undead of all things, interesting, and apparently he barricaded himself inside a room, but he has not offered other trouble, so my agents have left them be. Interesting. Are they of value to you? Shall I inform my agents to not harm them?
Yeah, please.
Okay. I cannot speak for my former employee. We will have to hunt him down and kill him, but as for the undead, that can be arranged as long as they don't interfere.
All right. I'll go to the ogre place right now to see what you left behind.
Certainly. I did hear that two of your companions went on ahead. Again, this is a listening device. I apologize again.
Yeah, something like this happened before, so I not really a big fan of this, but all right. I'm glad that you told me now.
Again, I do apologize. Again, this is a breach of trust between our two parties, but I do believe that the compensation I provided was more than good enough to smooth things over.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Well, I shall be in touch if you ever need anything, and well, you could say that perhaps I owe you a favor at this point, Captain Bladebeard.
All right, great. Can I know he is not here in person, but would discovering aspects still work?
Interesting question. Give me a second so that I can take a look at his character sheet and give you a proper answer. Where? Oh, there he is. I will say that because you're right, it is more difficult. You can discover his high concept or his 2 tertiaries on a critical careful hit, so a 6. It's more difficult because he's not in person. Okay?
Nope.
Not quite good enough, unless you want to spend 2 fate points or anything like that.
No.
Okay. And he says, I do look forward to doing business with you again, Mr. Bladebeard. Do rest assured about the listening device part. I don't actively listen to it, and I do offer you full intimacy whenever you go to defecate or mate or whatever you Azerothians do.
Oh, that's very kind.
Of course, I do try to be generous to my business partners.
All right. See ya soon, Nexus Lord.
I look forward to doing business with you again, Mr. Bladebeard. And the light that was lighting up the little cube dims.
I'll start walking towards the ogres, or where they used to be ogres.
Sure. Do you go at a are you running and walking, or are you rushing there, or what's your plan?
Let's say rushing. Sure.
What about Benjamin and Buhd? What's your walking pace, that is?
I guess they were just fast walking.
Yeah, I'd say fast walking. Bud wanted out of the place a while ago, and he doesn't think anything's up, but he just wanted to leave there as soon as possible.
Can all of you give me quicks? This is to see if Bladebeard reaches the 2 of you before you reach the ogres. And we'll take the average between Bladebeard and Benjamin and Buhd, rather.
Should I roll as well?
Yeah. So that an average of 4 and 8 is a 6 versus Bladebeard 7. So Bladebeard, you would reach Benjamin and Buhd before they reach the ogres.
Oh, hi guys.
Well, you come up behind them, I should say.
So,
Yeah, sure.
what is all that about?
Oh yeah. I had a nice piss, but I'm good now.
Right.
So let's check up on the ogres and get them all and go to Netherstorm to save Lyri.
By the way, I've been meaning to ask. I know this is a bit personal, but how the hell did you end up banging a necromancer of all people?
It is a good question.
I mean, it's I'm Captain Bladebeard, mate. I can fuck anyone.
Well, yes, but why would you?
I do what I must because I can.
Above board, this is just for DoomGoblin.
I didn't know she was a necromancer. Yeah.
Well, you found out the morning after, quote unquote.
I'm not sure that I understand that philosophy, but
Well, it happened. So what? Now she's gonna help us, save our friend, right? Everything turned out great.
Well, if she's telling the truth, that is. She seemed quite keen in using our corpses.
Yeah, she did act kind of weird once she touched my head or whatever. But yeah, I'm sure everything's gonna be fine.
Right. I hope so.
Yeah, I have a very good feeling about our adventure and everything moving forward.
Well, I don't, but I'm glad you're being positive.
Yeah, we should all be positive, right, bud?
Yeah. Normally, yes. I agree. But just glad to be getting back with ogres. That place was nasty, and, well, it'll be good to see them again. Hopefully they don't have belly aches.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I wonder if they ate Bladebeard's cat.
Oh, I hope not. I like kitty cat.
Well, it's a bit creepy, but he's cute.
Oh, yeah, it does talk, but it like parrot. I always wanted a parrot, but I would always get hungry, and I would want egg.
Shouldn't you get like a chicken then?
Oh, but parrots drop eggs too, though, so it's like a chicken for a
Well,
pirate.
Not as frequently, I think.
I could own a chicken as my parrot then. Less talky too. I wanted to buy a chicken someday.
Yeah, she'd be like the mascot of the Butt Buccaneers.
Yeah,
I mean,
wherever they are.
Having a chicken as a mascot isn't really a good branding. You seem kind of like you're telling everyone that you're chickens.
It's creating false expectations. So if Bud isn't taken seriously, they'll act carelessly, and then Bud will like shoot his cannon. I don't know, and then
It'll be like a big surprise party.
Well, when you're a pirate, you should be taken seriously. People should fear you.
I don't take you seriously, Bladebeard. I'm sorry.
Well, you're not that smart.
Yeah, sure, if you want, if that makes you feel better.
Technically, just some above board little fun stuff. Most like generic NPCs have like a average +2 in all stats. So technically, Benjamin and let's say Bud are completely average intelligence.
And Bladebeard is below average.
To say the least.
He considers Benjamin dumber than himself.
Sure.
Ignorance is beautiful.
Okay. Do let me know if you want to continue RPing. I was just waiting for you guys to finish before you approach the ogre compound.
Oh, look, the ogre compound.
Yeah, I have eyes, Bladebeard.
As you guys approach, you will see 3 Stormwind guards exiting the compound and walking towards, let's say, the harbor.
I guess they're checking in on ogres. Probably a good thing. They're kind of noisy sometimes. Hopefully they don't eat anyone. That would have been bad.
Well, I think there'd be more of a panic if that was the case.
True.
Can all 3 of you give me a careful difficulty 4? Wow. Okay. Okay. All of you notice that they're walking somewhat oddly. Like they seem slightly hunchback, but also like with like more firm footsteps, if that makes sense. Like it seems like they're not actually human, if that makes sense.
They're a bit funny, aren't they?
Yeah, something's not quite right.
And I don't know what's up, but they don't seem like normal footmen. You think something up?
We should split up. Like one of us will follow the strange guards, and The others will check inside the compound.
Okay. I'm not that sneaky, so probably one of you two go sneak.
Yeah,
I'll go check on
I'll
my
go
people.
to. I'm gonna go with Bud.
But you're the sneakiest of all of us. That's just a waste.
I don't feel like being sneaky today. I want to check on John and Tamal to see if they're fine.
Bud can perfectly do that. If you want help with the guards, I can help you, but I'm not sure I can do it alone.
I'm sure everything's
It's okay,
fine.
Bladebeard. I got this. It's just chicken and ogres. And Tamal and the cat. And your mama.
Sure. Come on, Benjamin, let's check these guards.
Alright. Lead the way.
So you guys are just like following them, like stalking them, not like confronting them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Yeah, sure.
Well, for now at the very least. Benjamin and Bladebeard, and we'll check up on Buhd fairly soon. Can both of you roll me sneakies to see how well you do that? Bladebeard passes. Benjamin, you... I don't know, maybe you're wearing high heels or something, but you make a lot of noise.
Yeah, it's the inherent tap dancing. It's haunting me.
Oh, well, actually it's probably like the various weapons you're holding, like the axes, like banging and clanging together.
Yeah.
I will say that you realize that, like, it's not that bad of a roll that you are unaware of that. And like you get a chance to potentially fix that before actually stalking these guards.
Yeah, I sort of like stop moving and like motion Bladebeard to continue since he probably noticed I'm making a lot of noise.
Bladebeard would have noticed, by the way.
Alright, but don't go far. And I'll continue sneakily following the guards.
Sure. What's Benjamin doing?
I guess I'll go join Bud.
You'll go join Buhd?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, before you join Buhd, let's check up on Buhd. Buhd, do you enter the ogre compound?
Yeah, he's walking in it normally. He doesn't think anything's up.
You are greeted by the sound of complete silence.
Weird. Well, maybe they're sleeping really good.
You do remember that the last thing they were doing was sleeping.
But continues to walk in, and he goes to look for anyone.
Give me a careful. With that roll, you will notice two things. First off, it's not just quiet, it's very, very quiet. Like, ogres snore, no snoring. You don't feel like, feels like nobody's there, although there are signs that people were there. Second thing, as you're also like checking around, you do see on the like little bar of the quote-unquote hotel, you do see what looks to be once I put them on screen, what looks to be a deck of playing cards, glowing ominously, as well as a little mechanical magical cube.
That's not there before. But reaches to pick it up, observingly.
The deck or the cube?
The cube. He's curious by that.
The cube, once you pick it up, like, pretty much immediately lights up with above board like a hologram of the Nexus Lord that you would immediately recognize. and the hologram will state, "Hello, Captain Bladebeard. As my real life counterpart should have mentioned, this is my way of thanking you for, well, providing me with the merchandise. Again, I know it was done without your express permission, but well, we did agree on it anyway. This artifact is as you can see, a magical deck of playing cards, but do not use it casually. Each card drawn will have an incredibly powerful magical effect that can be, well, either extremely beneficial or extremely negative. Handle it with care, but at the same time, I leave it in your care. Thank you once again. You've been a great business partner. Thank you again for the opportunity to take the merchandise. I'll be in contact soon. Feel free to contact me by the usual method if you have any questions about this artifact." And the hologram fizzles out.
Bud sets it casually down on the table. Merchandise? Okay. Maybe Bladebeard's selling weird products again. Okay. We'll check on ogres now.
You go to the living quarters. Well, you start going there, but I think at this point, Benjamin of Thompshire, do you agree this is a good time for you to come in?
Yeah, makes sense.
Sure. You see Benjamin coming in through the front door. Bud.
Oh, hey Benjamin.
Where's everyone?
It seemed very quiet. I'm going to go see what up with ogres. It's very quiet.
Do you need help looking around?
Sure. I just found weird ghost of Mummy Man speaking to Bladebeard about merchandise.
Merchandise?
Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but
you remember that the Ethereals really wanted the ogres, right?
Yes, but they not merchandise. They people.
Well, I'm pretty sure they considered that orc thing merchandise too.
Wait, you saying Bladebeard sold my people for poopy cards?
Poopy cards?
Bud points to the cards on the table, but he's still calculating everything that just happened.
I sort of just walk towards the table.
Yeah, you see, Bud, you put the cube right back next to the cards.
Yeah, he didn't really do anything bad to it.
You see this deck of what looks like magical playing cards. Like because you're a magically attuned person, you immediately sense the magic coming from it. It feels very strange, but it's also like glowing, I'll say, as well as the little magical mechanical cube right next to it.
So, how did the Ethereal talk to you?
I picked up a cube thingy.
Okay. Benjamin kind of just shakes his head. Okay, so Bladebeard sold your people for these cards.
I'm gonna go check on people just in case. No, there's no way. There's no way he did that. No.
I kind of just pick up like the deck of cards.
You immediately sense the magic within it. Go ahead, Skoll.
Bud basically bolts downstairs to where the ogres were to see if they really are gone or not. He doesn't believe that they are, but that's mostly because he just doesn't want to believe it.
Sure. Like immediately as you go upstairs, you see that all the doors are wide open except one.
Bud knocks on the door. Hello? Anyone in there?
Is that you, Bud? Are the creepy people gone?
Creepy people?
You hear
Mummy men?
This is John's voice, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, creepy people. They were guards, but they were weird, and Tomo panicked when he saw them, and I ran away, and I think Tomo vanished in thin air. Yeah, I'm here with the captain's mother and the cat, and you hear in the background, "Feed me."
Did you see any ogres?
They took them, Bud. They took them. They drew circles in the ground, and they poof vanished.
They bid some people for stupid cards.
Is the captain involved?
Yes, he sold my people.
They didn't mention the captain's name. Well, they were speaking in a weird language. Can I come out? Is it safe?
No mummy men here.
You hear the sound of like the door unlocking of like a bunch of actually you hear the sound of furniture moving. Clearly John has barricaded himself behind, and then the door unlocking, and a timid John opens the door as Bladebeard's cat runs out.
Bud looks very upset, like very angry. But not at John, clearly.
Okay, maybe I'll go back inside. Meanwhile, Benjamin, what are you doing?
I can just give the cards a look.
Give me a careful.
By the way, didn't you mention a deck of cards before? This sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah, I sort of just kind of,
Well, give me a careful.
yeah, that's right.
Again, the first thing you see is their inherent magical potential. There's, like, you've held Xal'atath in your hand before. Somehow this deck of cards has a comparable level of magic, though not like sentience like Xal'atath had. This is definitely something very, very powerful and arcane. But of the like precise nature, you sense like several like different schools of magic mixed into one.
I sort of just mumble to myself. Well, like hell, I'm letting Bladebeard mess with this, and I just put them in my bag.
Sure. You will see that like unless you make the motion of drawing from them, the cards don't separate. Like there's no risk of them like accidentally separating, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I just pick up the cube
and immediately as you pick up the cube, the same thing will happen with Buhd. The automated message of the Nexus Lord saying what he said. I don't remember the exact words, but again, the main thing was, "Hello, Bladebeard. Thank you again for the merchandise. I know it wasn't technically with your agreement, but you did say you were gonna secure the merchandise. Sorry again for the breach of trust. Here's this super magical artifact," and he'll say that it's a deck of magical cards that like can do very, very beneficial things, but also very, very negative things, and take care of it with its use. Pretty much TLDR.
Am I aware this is just a message, or do I sense any other like?
Give me a
purpose?
careful. Give me a careful. Yeah, you're aware it's just a message. Like the hologram itself, like it's not even facing you. It's like facing quote unquote forwards, addressing Bladebeard, even though you're not Bladebeard. And as if you inspect the cube further, you'll detect like no magic from it or anything like that, and you'd be able to tell that this isn't a listening device like Bladebeard's actual cube is, even though you haven't seen Bladebeard's actual cube. This is just a message, pretty much.
Then I'll pocket it too.
Sure.
And then I'll go try to find Buhd.
Sure. So on the Buhd front, what's up, Buhd?
Buhd is obviously very visibly upset. And he isn't really sure what exactly to do, but he's obviously very mad at Bladebeard right now, once again.
John, this is John speaking. Tamol did leave behind most of the dust. He only took a handful. I'm sure we can save the ogres. You can save the ogres. I'm not sure I want to go to this Area 52 place.
Guess Buhd going to
no
blend
offense.
after all. No, not your fault. Bladebeard's fault once again. Like always. Oh.
Tamol looks around sheepishly.
You stay here. You'll be good here.
Okay. What about the captain's mother and the cat? Fuck, where'd the cat go?
It leave. Go somewhere. It probably best they stay too.
Benjamin, as you start going down the stairs to go into like the quote-unquote rooms of the hotel, you immediately see Bladebeard's cat scurrying up the stairs, and then when it sees you, it like startles and say, "Ah, scary," and runs back.
Okay.
Don't follow me.
Well, you're just going where I'm going.
It runs on ahead. Do you continue heading there?
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually you will see Buhd, like, as you enter the hallway, first thing you notice, all the doors are open. Second thing you notice, at the other hand, Buhd talking with John. Buhd looking very upset.
Yeah, I'll just approach.
Oh, Mr. Benjamin. And the cat runs by Buhd and jumps into John's hands and John says, "Oh, hey there." And cat says, "Keep me safe. Keep me away from him." Okay. I'll take you to the room. And John slowly backs off.
I don't think he likes me very much.
In the distance, you hear a "feed me."
Well, at least he hasn't changed. So, well, I guess they're really gone then.
Bladebeard sold people out. For paper.
So, what now? Do we confront him? Do we just go without him? What are
We
supposed to do?
we gotta confront him and talk to him. He betrayed Buhd's trust.
I will say again that the hologram did say it's not that it wasn't with Bladebeard's express permission, but Bladebeard did say that he'd secured the merchandise, so the Nexus Lord thought, okay, I'll just go on ahead.
Yeah, that's still pretty, incriminating.
Sure.
Yeah, Bud's just upset. So he's taking it out on Bladebeard because he can take it out on him.
John says, so I'll stay here behind and take care of Cat and Bladebeard's mother. Feed me! I don't have anything to fucking feed you. Feed me! If you need me, I'll be here. Tom also left his dust here, so...
Well, I'm not exactly sure what to do with that dust.
Buhd, Tomo did teach Bladebeard the proper pattern of using it.
Yeah, but I didn't catch it, if I remember right.
You remember correctly. So Bladebeard's the only one who can take you guys to another storm.
Sounds about right.
Well, this is a problem, as always. Well, I guess we've just gotta wait on Bladebeard, then I don't know, beat him up if you want.
Just don't understand, Bladebeard, why you do that to Buhd.
Meanwhile, shall we check up on Bladebeard?
Yeah.
I'm guessing, by the way, that Benjamin and Buhd, feel free to disagree, but I'm guessing that you head, like, in the direction the guards, the quote-unquote guards, went after Bladebeard.
I guess we were staying and waiting for him. Since, I guess, he, like, assumes we don't know. I don't know.
Up to you entirely. So you're staying put.
I mean, if Buhd agrees.
Yeah, I guess they're staying put for now. They'll probably start moving again eventually.
Sure. So Bladebeard, what's up with you?
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, I guess I'm following the guards sneakily.
Yes, and because of your sneaky roll, you managed to pass undetected by the guards. You will see, as you follow them, that they take like a roundabout path and like they still go through one of the quote-unquote checkpoints of the cathedral district, but because they're guards, they're able to walk their way past the checkpoint, heading not to the harbor, but north into like the outdoorsy area where in the quote-unquote future the Stormwind Embassy will be. How do you head and go past the guard checkpoint?
Can
Those guys are demons.
Can I just sneak past them? Is that possible?
How specifically? Like it's like a whatchamacallit. It's a road that's guarded by two guards. I guess it's not impossible to sneak. Sure, can you give me a sneaky?
Yeah, is it like dark outside? Is it like night?
It's evening, not night yet.
Are there other people passing through?
Let's do a roll. Some, not too many.
Or I'll just casually walk by. And the guards I was following are not the ones that are at the gate.
Correct.
All right, I'll go past the normal guards and just continue following the ethereals pretending to be guards, I guess.
You see that the guards at this point look fairly disinterested, like they have allowed people to go in and out of the cathedral district at this point, and they only like make cursory inspections of them. So give me a sneaky. Let's see how if you walk past. With that roll, fortunately, one of the guards looks at you and says, hold on there, citizen.
Aye? Is there a problem?
Can I see some ID, please?
I don't have any.
What do you mean?
Alright, but just don't make a big deal out of it, alright? I'm gonna give him what's her name? Mirica's badge.
Okay. Okay.
Just stay calm, stay chill.
He is not calm, but he is silent. Give me... I suppose a sneaky. Let's see how this thing is received. Not too well.
Not too well. That's a 5. Alright.
Yeah, it's slightly below average for your roll.
Well, for me, but for...
Yeah, this isn't... Yeah, it's still slightly below average. He like furrows his brow and says, "What's this supposed to be?"
Wait, maybe I can invoke something. Pirates do have to use fake documents a lot, right? To get into ports. Would pirate captain with no ship or crew work here?
I think it would, yeah.
So if I would spend a fate point to add +2,
it would be
would that be enough
it would be received more favorably, yeah.
Let me see. My sneak is 6. Yeah, let's just add +2.
Sure thing. So for 7, the guard takes a look and again their eyes widen in surprise and says, but you're not okay, carry on, citizen.
Hi. Thank you, guard.
And he hands it back to you.
Alright.
I would say just because it's not like the super best roll, you can expect that this incident will be reported.
Alright, the moment I can, I'm gonna throw that badge into the shrubbery or whatever.
Or the lake itself if you'd like. Sure. Yeah, you continue following the ethereal guards, and you see that they make like a very roundabout path, like around the lake and into the Dwarven district.
Alright. I'll follow because there's something I think they're gonna do and I wanna be there, alright? I'm gonna still follow them.
Sure. And eventually they go through the Dwarven district, not like talking to or anyone or anything, and head to the Deeprun tram.
Oh. Not what I was hoping for. Yeah, I think this is the dead end. I think I'll stop following. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I thought that they were going to like hide somewhere and then teleport, and maybe I could see what circle they were drawing, but I guess they're going back to the gnome that they are looking for, or with.
Which above board you cannot return to because you were defeated in that combat.
Yeah, sure. I'll stop following and head towards Buhd and Benjamin.
Sure. What do you guys say that we check up on Lyri for a little bit?
Sounds good.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Zelris, are you with us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you make your way through the landscape of Netherstorm, a very lovely pace, I suppose, first off, do you talk about anything with your companions, anything like that? I will mention that like Dracis would insist that you guys go sneaking once again.
Lyri is sneaking by default because that's what she's good at doing, but I guess she just complains about the Voidwalker.
To Myrna or just to like the room in general?
Just the room in general. I thought that magic was bad because it attracted warp stalkers. Why are we allowing this thing to walk around?
For the love of God, could you please shut up? This is Myrna speaking. And Drasis will say, magic is everywhere. This thing, well, it would probably actually scare away most warp stalkers.
Okay.
Consume.
Well, I thought that these people, you say, came here because of a void surge. Isn't this guy void? Wouldn't that just tell them that we're coming?
You ignoramus. There's void all around us. This thing won't be noticeable. Drasis will say the void surge was, let's just say more noticeable than this little fellow. Consume.
Okay. Lyri will just keep walking then. She doesn't want to pay attention to this annoying creature.
Can you roll me a sneaky? This will be just like a general sneaky to see how hard you are to spot.
That's a really bad roll.
Give me a second for me to find Drasius's and Myrna's stats for them to roll their sneaky too. Myrna is not sneaky at all. Like, she's standing upright, walking as if it's nobody's business. Drasis looks like he's about to lecture her, but decides that he's not gonna bother. You and Drasis are just about the same sneaky level, which is to say not very much.
Yeah, that was a really bad roll. Oh my god.
Bad rolls all around.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we check to see what will happen? Random encounter time?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay. Would you like me to roll or would you like to roll? Up to you.
You can roll.
Sure. Okay. You will once again hear, this is actually something you've gotten before, a familiar flapping of wings in the distance.
Great.
Yeah. And Drasis will say, get down, everyone, get down.
Lyri will get down.
Myrna will as well, but she's obviously fairly noticeable. And yeah, in the distance, you will see this lovely nether drake soaring about. What do you do while it's just soaring around?
Lyri will just try and hide, I guess. Keep more hidden. Not say anything. Just she's had this happen before. She's gonna do what she did last time and hunker down and try and hide.
The Voidwalker in your mind grows more insistent and telling you to consume it, power, consume. Like
God, it's more annoying than Xal'atath. God, I can't stand this thing. Lyri's not going to listen to this thing. Not at all.
Above board, like, it's also a void creature like Xal'atath, but it's a lot more simple-minded than Xal'atath, so...
It's a lot more, yeah, just frustrating to deal with, honestly.
Understandable. Okay. I'm gonna have the Nether Dragon do a careful, which... it would have to critically fail not to notice Myrna, funnily enough.
That's fine, I don't care that she's eaten or whatever.
I mean, she's with you, so if Myrna's noticed, you guys are noticed.
Yeah, that's only if we help her.
Okay. You see it, like, as it's flying about, and you guys are laying low, you see it hasn't, like, changed its course flying, but it looks at Myrna specifically, but also the group in general.
That's bad.
Very bad. Run, says Dracius.
Nope, don't run. I have a plan. Take my hand.
What?
Take my hand.
Give me
Mirren.
Give me a flashy. Yeah, okay, with that flashy roll, Adrasius takes your hand, and since it's a pretty good roll for you, Myrna as well will reach out her hand. Up to you if you take it or not, because I assume you're addressing Dracius.
I mean, do you sure you want to go?
I have no idea what you're planning, lady.
Please try harder next time. Lyri will, I guess, grab her hand and then use her stunt to blink them a little bit across to hopefully get the Nether Drake's eyes off them for a little bit, I guess. She's gonna. Pardon?
For the invisibility more than the actual blink, I'm guessing.
Yeah, just to like break its line of sight, so maybe it'll fly away.
What were you going to say before I interrupted you?
Just to like break its line of sight, I guess, you know.
Okay.
Just to get invisibility, yeah.
You do so, and you clearly see like surprise on the drake's look as it like its head tilts back and it almost like stops flying altogether before it heads like for the spot where you guys were at.
Lyri will
clearly intrigued.
Lyri will just kind of like hurriedly make them move forward, I guess, away from where the drake is.
Yeah. As you do, Dracius will mutter, "Fascinating." By the way, what did you do with the Voidwalker?
I didn't take it.
Okay. Thing is, the Voidwalker instinctively knows where its master is, even if invisible, and it's not invisible, and will follow.
Does Lyri notice this? Can she notice this?
Yeah.
Get rid of that Voidwalker!
Fine. I'm gonna do Myrna's quick to see if she gets rid of the Voidwalker. I'll oppose her quick with the Nether Dragon's quick, okay?
Okay.
The Nether Dragon is definitely quicker as it reaches the spot, and just as the Voidwalker reaches your group and stops walking, Myrna finishes the banishment spell, and you hear the Voidwalker's final voice in your mind, Lyri, as it urges you to consume. But again, the Voidwalker walked up to you guys, stopped, then was dismissed. And the Nether Dragon definitely noticed that.
Okay.
And
Lyri will, I guess, kind of take a few steps back as quietly as she can.
Shit, says Dracius. Myrna, what the fuck were you thinking? I didn't know that's what she intended. Don't blame me for this. Shh, quiet. As the Nether Dragon, slowly, I'm gonna roll it's clever. First of all,
this thing is busted. I'm scared. Oh, it's smart as well. Oh no!
Not super smart, but pretty smart. It is a dragon. Yeah, it looks at the spot you guys were, and then looks at the Voidwalker, like the trail the Voidwalker left, puts the pieces together, and slowly walks in that direction. And it looks almost as if it's sniffing. And it says, "You don't speak Draconic, do you?"
No.
It says something in Draconic. It sounds like a very rough language, let's say.
Lyri looks through her bags and takes out the little ring that she has that she pickpocketed and kind of throws it up a fair distance away to maybe distract it for a moment, the dragon.
Okay. Give me flash or clever, I guess.
Oh no, these rolls. Uh-oh.
Well, with that roll, when the ring leaves your possession, it also loses its invisibility. So it will see the ring flying from a spot and its attention will focus on the spot it flew from.
All right, now, move. Lyri kind of like realizes that it's noticed the spot where she's at. Quick.
And the Drake walks in your direction, and says in Broken Thalassian, "Surrender, magic users. Foul, make disturbance."
Looks like they'll set after you.
Dracis and Myrna are not listening, they're booking it, and would you let go of their hands?
Lyri tries not to, but if they...
Well, they will be dragging you then.
Okay, well, yeah.
Okay. You find yourself dragged. Okay. I suppose we are in initiative order.
Great.
Okay. Lyri will go last, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've noticed she's not as fast as she used to be compared to other people.
Myrna?
No, Lyri.
Oh, Lyri. right. That's power skill. That's
Power creep fan.
power creeping. Yeah, that's power creeping for you. Okay, the Nether Dragon on its turn, that apparently you now know is called Maraku, will spend its turn looking for you, ascertaining where you are. Can you oppose with a sneaky roll, Lyri?
Thank God.
Okay. It's still got like the general vibe of where you are, but not like the precise thing. It takes to the skies like it starts flying and says in Broken Thalassian once again, surrender magic users. Cause catastrophe if not.
Marina, looks like they want you.
They want all of us, you fools. All of us are magic users. The more your voices are not covered up by the invisibility spell, by the way.
I know.
Dracis' turn. He says, "You two go on ahead. I'll hold it off."
Nope. I am not staying with. No.
Well, what do you suggest?
You go with me, and we'll lose this trail ourselves. I am not staying here with Myrna.
Myrna's the most important one out of our little group. Trust me.
In what way?
Her work is essential for our current project.
Listen, I'm not...
I hear you, elves, says the dragon.
Hey, dragon, I want to go home! Leave!
Surrender magic users. And
Which one?
Magic users. And I spare life.
Which magic user?
Magic users.
You mean...
Magic user who summoned creature of void, and magic user who turned invisible.
Great. Well, good job, Myrna.
What the it's as much your fault as it is mine.
You were the one who got spotted by this dragon.
Well, on Dracis' turn, because he has to take his turn, he'd like to let go of you, Lyri.
Lyri will, what can Lyri even do to make him not let go? She's not strong at all. Lyri will just, I guess, try and, quickly grab him again as he pulls away. I don't know what else she can do.
Sure. Then we'll roll opposed quicks then. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Not quite. He lets go of you and says, "You two go on ahead. Return to headquarters if need be." And he says to the dragon, "Oi, dragon! I'm the magic user." As he conjures a tiny fireball. It looks very, very paltry.
You kidding?
I'm gonna roll Dracius' flashy to see if he gets the dragon's attention. Nope.
Yeah, that's not working. You fool. Lyri kind of like just foaming at the mouth over this. She's upset.
You are easy prey, elves.
Come back here, Dracius.
Dracius will run back after you guys, cause yeah. Myrna's turn.
Wait, Myrna, do you happen to know the sigil back to teleport back to Corthalas?
What? Why would I do that?
Well, I have arcane powder, and we can get away from this guy. Easy peasy.
Arcane powder is such a base and unreliable form of teleportation. Only an absolute fool would rely upon it.
Got me here. I don't care.
Even if I did, not enough time to draw the sigil and conjure the teleportation spell. And no, why would I return to Quofalas, to the place where all those traitors lie?
Well, I want to get back and enjoy the nice rays from the sun. Well, get a nice tan. I don't know. Maybe you should.
The sun was gone. What are you talking about?
The sun is not gone. Anyway, I don't care. I'm going back home. I'm not dealing with this dragon. I'm not fighting this. He kind of like shakes her head and like face palms.
Surrender, magic users. Myrna's turn, because it's still her turn. She says, "I don't think we have any other choice but to fight, you moron." She will also try to let go of your hand.
You're an idiot.
Do you allow her to?
Lyri will try to stop her, but it's probably not going to work.
How? Just by will it be like an opposed forceful roll? What are you thinking?
Forceful, whatever, I don't know what else she can do.
Sure.
Oh, yep, that's to be expected.
I rolled the wrong thing. Even, her forceful is actually a 7, not a 6. I mistyped, but I like the idea that it's a critical fail, so I think we'll stick to the critical fail, meaning that she does get you to release her hold, but because of the critical fail, she trips and falls on her face.
Yeah, you know what? Serves you right.
You absolute...
I will... I am not dying on this piece of... just... Lyri kind of is screaming at them.
Since it's still her turn, she will attempt to attack the dragon. And actually deal damage to it. You see her lighting up a fell fireball and throwing it at the dragon, and it reels back in pain and a slight surprise. Your turn, Lyri.
Lyri, seeing that they're still fighting, is gonna be
above board viewers. That was my.
She's upset about it.
Guys.
What will Lyri do? She's still invisible for the time being, so she's gonna take a step back and she's going to try remembering if she knows any quick teleportation sigils she can do. She's gonna think, how quick is the Neverstorm one, whatever, etc., etc. Just an advantage for clever, I guess.
Sure. Give me a clever for advantage then. Difficulty 4. You do create the advantage. Do you have a name in mind?
I guess critical thinking or something. I don't know.
Sure. Makes sense to me. Nether Dragon, after I type that, on its turn, it will probably try to breathe this mixture of arcane energies at Myrna. We'll see what happens. Myrna will take 3 points of damage with that. Okay. Drasis on his turn will say, send Lyri, return to the Mana Forge, if you can. We'll make our way back when we are finished with this thing.
Are you insane?
Not like we have a choice, do we? It doesn't know where you are. You can survive.
I'm not going back out completing the mission. Which way are those scryers? I'll take care of them.
I don't know exactly. We were looking for them.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna complete my mission. You guys deal with the Drake. We can't go back defeated, right?
Right. Buhd, you have the option of just leaving the combat entirely if you'd like.
Lyri will leave the combat.
Sure. You leave.
Live another day so the sun well can shine bright upon you once more, my compatriots. Lyri kind of mumbles out as she runs away.
They are too preoccupied with the dragon to determine what happened, and well, I suppose we will see what happened, though you won't know immediately.
Yeah.
So, now that you are alone in the wasteland, where do you head?
Lyri has wandered around a lot, so I think she is going to
The Mana Forge is still like in sight above board, by the way.
Yeah. Lyri will, I guess, think about where she would kind of camp out in a place like this. So she's going to be kind of walking around thinking about, where are these Scryer folk, going to be probably seeking refuge.
Can you give me a careful? Okay. Then with that, I'm going to roll for on the random encounter table once again. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. That's a very interesting one. Okay. As you make your way around, are you being sneaky or are you just being casual?
Lyri's kind of being sneaky. I think she's like at this time like sneaking around, but she's like taking off her blood, her Sunfury tablet because she doesn't want to, I guess, get off to a bad start of anyone. So she's taking it off and putting it in her bag. She's walking around.
Sure. Can you give me a sneaky to see, well, how sneaky you are?
What are these rolls? Can I re-roll?
If you can use an aspect to justify it, sure.
A cursed wanderer. I'm literally wandering around a wasteland.
Makes sense. Please reroll.
Thank you.
Much better indeed. Okay. With that, give me a moment. Yeah. Can you give me a careful check? Okay. Funnily enough, what happened was, well, actually, let me roll.
Okay.
Yep. As I suspected. what happened was there's also something or someone sneaking around. You did not see it, them, he, she, and also they did not see you in any way, shape, or form. So you two passed by each other without ever knowing that you were in contact.
I swear that's gonna be the people I was looking for, isn't it? I guarantee. I guess Lyri will continue sneaking around, looking over the rocks and around stuff, trying to find these people.
Can you roll me another careful? Okay.
I think she literally cannot find anyone who's sneaking anyway, so
Okay.
there's no way she's noticing the stealthy person.
Well, this careful isn't for noticing people who are stealthy. This careful was like if we are to skip the random encounter table or not. And,
okay.
But still, with that much of a fail, I will say whatever random encounter it will be, and one of them is the people you're looking for, because you fail by that amount, whatever it will be, it will not be the people you're looking for.
That's fair.
So let's see what happens. Oh, this is a fun one. Okay. Your overall sneaky is at 10. Okay. Well, these people are not hiding in any way, shape, or form, but you will see something that you already saw on your way, like when you first arrived in the Nerstorm.
It's Ethereals, isn't it?
A hunting party of Ethereals, correct.
Yep. Oh no.
Okay. Let's, well, when you see them in the distance, what do you do?
Lyri kind of tries to hide back behind something so they won't notice her. She kind of instinctively puts her hand in a bag to grab the satchel of arcane powder just in case, because she really does not want to deal with these ethereal people.
Sure.
She would teleport herself to God knows where in Azeroth or anywhere in Outland over dealing with these people. So
I'm gonna roll the Ethereal Leader's Careful. Tie. This is technically an overcome roll. Tie on an overcome means Lyri for you, because you're the player character. Either you fail or you succeed at a negative cost.
I will succeed at negative cost.
Sure. I think what happens is I may be somewhat mean with this, I think, but I think this is what would happen. You stay hidden as you see the ethereal looking around, but at one point it almost looks like it saw you, although it's not the case above board. But you just get the inkling, oh shit, I'm seen, and probably like you grab your in your bag for the dust, and as you're like shaking with fear, and the fear eventually looks away, eventually you realize as you're like shaking with fear that you've been scattering the dust on the ground.
Like on the floor?
Yep, on the ground, like on the ground of the Nerstorm, yeah.
Oh no.
Not in like a pattern or anything, you've just been like dumping it.
Does Lyri think it's noticeable though? Is it like, how big is this pile? Will the Ethereal notice?
It's a handful. It's a handful.
It's a handful. It's dust. There's no way she can pick it up. It's too tiny and granular. That's quite a lot of dust though. Lyri will... Oh, she's doing this scenario. She's really banking on this dust. Alright. Well, considering this dust has already been dumped, she's going to dump the rest of it and try to create a sigil of what she remembers to be Silvermoon, but not quite, because, you know, Sunken Cost Fallacy, she's already dumped a ton of it on the floor. She needs to do something with it now, so she's going to try and just teleport somewhere.
Sure. I don't think Lyri has ever teleported before. Well, not speaking about the blink, speaking about like the proper teleport spell.
Yeah.
Other than when she teleported to the Nether Storm, I think. So, first of all, can you give me a clever roll?
Mm-hmm. Does my stunt apply?
Yeah, I'd say so. You understand the general workings of the teleportation spell and and remember what Tamal taught you, etc., etc. So you get the idea. Draw a symbol in the ground with the arcane dust and perform this incantation, which you do know. And according to the symbol drawn and like some other magical formula, you would teleport to a certain place. However, the roll is not quite good enough for you to know, oh yeah, that's the sigil for Silver Moon or whatever. The only sigil you properly know is the quote-unquote Area 52 one.
I think she probably would have learned it when she was in Silver Moon, but she doesn't remember it because it's been so long. So she might try and like draw the basic idea of what she can remember. Yeah.
Then give me a careful.
Okay, let's see how bad this goes.
Okay. I will not tell you what it means until if you actually teleport.
Let's see. I will spend one of my fate points of Scheming Magi to improve that roll because I don't want her teleporting into like the Twisting Never. So.
Sure. Okay.
So I'll give that a +2.
Okay. Let me think for a little bit. Actually, let me check something.
This is definitely not what I wanted to do, but I don't think Lyri would continue at her arcane dust.
I think the roll is good enough for you to teleport somewhere in the Eastern Kingdoms. You will know that.
Okay. I will take it.
Okay. Give me a second, please. Because we're going to have to roll some dice. Give me a second. 1, 2... I'm counting. 1, 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Would you like to roll the dice or would you like me to roll the dice?
You can roll the dice.
Okay, it'll be a D29.
Uh-huh.
That is, let me count once again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13.
So you
15,
counted
16,
all the zones in the
17, 18,
Eastern
19,
Kingdoms?
20. The Badlands.
The Badlands. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, at least it's not Westfall or Vashir, you know?
Okay. I don't have any prep done whatsoever for the Badlands, so I think this is where Lyri's part in the session will come to a close.
Goodbye, everybody.
For now.
This is my final message. Goodbye.
You keep running away.
And there's no way for you to find me now because there's no trail leading me to the Badlands.
There's the Trail of the Dust, I guess. And yes, DoomGoblin. Yes, DoomGoblin, I was literally counting the zones, yeah. Well, I coalesced some of them together, like Vashir would have been just one on the overall count. But yeah, welcome to the Badlands, Lyri. Which, funnily enough, like, when we were, like, preparing the campaign, talking where should we start, etc. I asked everyone, would you guys like to be Horde or Alliance or neutral characters? You guys picked neutral, which you meant you would start in Buhd Bay. If you guys had picked Horde, I would have made you start in the Badlands.
Where would you make us start if we picked Alliance?
I honestly didn't think of that because my thought was, oh, Skoll will definitely want to be either Horde or Neutral and not Alliance, and
Makes sense.
I didn't really think
That
of
is true.
If in hindsight, because my goal was like to send you to like a remote, sort of not inhospitable but close enough place, probably like Valgard or something like that, probably.
Okay.
Just off the top of my head, I would have given it more thought though than this random question. But yeah, welcome to the Badlands series.
Thank you.
So
I'll enjoy my stay.
let's see what's up with Bladebeard, Buhd, and Benjamin, shall we?
Sure.
Okay. Bladebeard, Buhd, and Benjamin. Actually, just Bladebeard. You are heading home after to the ogre compound after having chased the guards down, right?
Yeah, but also, since I'm here in Dwarven District, maybe there was something I was supposed to do related to some night elf, maybe. No, probably not.
Probably not, indeed. So
Yeah, I'll just continue.
Just for Benjamin and Buhd, do you guys continue waiting? Because Bladebeard's been gone for a curiously long time.
What's a curiously long time?
Probably like an hour.
That is suspicious.
I think Buhd would get restless at that point.
Would you have gotten something for the cat to eat, or otherwise it'll continue yelling?
I think Buhd would try to fetch something. Maybe there's something left from the ogres.
Give me a careful. Yeah, there's some scraps the ogres have left behind. Not really something a person would eat, but something a cat would eat, sure.
Yeah, I think Buhd would give it to the cat then. He's not mad at the cat, so...
Sure. Yeah. And the cat would feast happily and then fall asleep. Bladebeard's mother is still passed out drunk. John is pacing back and forth concerned. But other than that, the floor is yours if you want to go somewhere or keep waiting.
I think Buhd would try to convince Ben to start looking for Bladebeard at this point.
Thompshire?
Oh, sure. Well, he's been gone for a while. Where are we supposed to look?
Think he skipped town too? Like Lyri?
Well, if he did, it's basically impossible to find him.
Maybe we try using weird magic cards to find him?
Weird magic cards? Says John.
Cards, blood cards, I'm gonna call them. He used them to trade for my people.
So it is true that he's so old. Oh my. Okay. I never thought the captain would be capable of that. Okay.
Me either, but apparently he likes to sink lower and lower.
So what's this deck of magic cards?
Ghost mummy man say they powerful but also costly.
Worrying. Where is it?
With me, hopefully away from Bladebeard's hands.
Right. So are we going to use it or leave it be?
Well, if the recording is to be believed, this either will bring Leonardo down from the skies or will all explode. So I'd rather not give it a try.
That a deck of cards isn't gonna. Well, I don't know much about magic stuff. Okay, I'll shut up. The floor is yours, Benjamin and Buhd. Above board.
So what's the plan?
Do we try looking for Bladebeard before using cards, or something else? Maybe try asking.
Above board. Did Bladebeard mention his visit to that one bathroom?
Which bathroom? I'm not sure.
The one Lyri teleported from.
Yeah, he did. I remember because I was editing the episode, and yeah, he did. He said, "Oh yeah, I walked in on her in the bathroom," and you argued with him that it's rude to walk in on people in the bathroom.
Well, maybe we should give the bathroom Bladebeard mentioned a look. Perhaps there's some clues to be found about where Lyri went and maybe where Bladebeard went, if he's after her or the ethereal guy. I'm not sure really, but I haven't really got any alternatives.
Skoll?
What?
Benjamin just suggested that you check out the bathroom Lyri teleported from.
Oh, okay. Guess we can try giving that place a look.
Okay. Do you head out of the Ogre Hotel?
Yeah.
Okay. I should ask. It will, like above board, it will probably take like an hour and like 5 to 10 minutes for Bladebeard to come back. At which point would you have left the hotel? Before that, at that point?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
So basically, it will like Bladebeard's whole adventure will probably take like an hour and 5 or 10 minutes. Would you guys have left the hotel at the hour and 5 to 10 minute mark or before that?
I think at the hour would change.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that would mean that as you're exiting the hotel, you would see Bladebeard in the distance walking back towards the hotel. Unless I got it wrong, to let you know.
All right.
Yeah, you guys see each other in the distance.
I guess we ran over.
Ahoy, guys. What's up? I lost the guards.
I take the cube out of my bag and throw it at Bladebeard. Explain that.
When you pick it up, it started playing the hologram, but when you throw it, the hologram disperses.
I catch it.
Yeah, and the hologram starts playing its message once again. Do let me know if you interrupt it or not.
No, I'll let it play out.
Do Benjamin and Buhd also let it play out?
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
Okay. Do you
Buhd is growling and glaring at Bladebeard the whole time. He's waiting to say his piece.
Do you need me to repeat more or less what the message said, or did you guys...
No, I
Okay.
I remember the gist of it.
Sure. And the message finishes, and the hologram once again dims.
What the hell was that?
You tell me.
You mean what the hell was that?
I have no idea what's going on. Are the ogres alright?
No! They not alright, they gone! And
Where?
it's your fault.
My fault? How
You
so?
sold him to Mummy Man.
I did not. What? I helped you save them a few hours ago.
Yeah, I wonder why apparently. To sell them.
I didn't sell them to the
My
mummy
people
man.
are not merchandise, Bladebeard.
Of course. Yeah, I agree.
Why did you make deal with Mummy Man to sell them for stupid cards?
I made no such deal.
Well, the Mummy Man thinks so,
Well, he's lying.
and he even
Obviously.
thank you.
What?
He thank you.
Well, he's obviously manipulating you guys. Come on. They're mummies. Deception and lies are their way.
And it not yours?
No, I would never lie to you guys. You're my friends.
This is not the first time you lied. It's not the last time you lie. How many times we gonna deal with this lie?
I never lied about something this serious.
My people are gone.
Where?
I don't know.
Well, let's figure out. I mean, the mall worked with the mummy man. He might know where their
Well, he
secret
gone
base is.
too. He vanished. He disappeared. He gone too.
Yeah, he was pretty scared of his boss. Well, he's probably in the Area 52, right?
Bladebeard. Suddenly, at this point, do you remember a few sessions ago how you asked the mysterious presence in your mind to track the jewel thief?
Yeah.
You feel a pull that the jewel thief apparently is on the same planet you are, but very, very far to the northeast. Hundreds of kilometers away.
Oh, by the light of a loon.
Turning religious now.
No, maybe I should. My magic tells me that Lyri is back on Azeroth.
Well, good for her. What about the ogres?
Oh yeah, good idea. Give me a second. Oi, creature in my head. Where might the ogres be?
Okay. You're using your stunt, correct?
Yeah.
A land torn asunder, where magics bleed over and die, threatened over by destruction, where the agents of the shadow and of ruin conspire to create another catastrophe. You also get this like mental image, also almost like this bird's eye view of like a bird's eye view walking at flying rather at like blinding speeds as you like leave your body for a second and travel across the southern eastern kingdoms, through the dark portal, on the other side of the dark portal, through Hellfire Peninsula, Zangarmarsh, Blades Edge Mountains, rounding out and into the Netherstorm, where eventually it leads you to what appears to be a compound full of ethereals and captured blood elves and ogres. And then your vision suddenly returns to you, like, and all of this in the span of like less than a second, but it is very, very jarring.
Whoa. By the Earth Mother. Whoa.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I had a vision. I think I know where they are.
Bladebeard does look dizzy to everyone else.
Well, where might they be?
Outlands, somewhere there, somewhere purple.
So a place we were already going to. Great.
Perhaps. I saw a bunch of stuff. There were mushrooms. There were flying rocks. Did ogres really live there before? Damn, that place is weird. Bunch of spikes.
They still tell me big robots were walking around.
But some of it like correlates with like the stories you were told when you were a baby Moarg by Mama Moarg, I guess.
Would Bud remember that?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Bud probably wouldn't, but you would remember like flashes of like the stories your mom would have told you, probably.
So he would remember?
The stories, you mean?
Yeah.
Flashes, yeah.
It makes sense with memory Moarg, remember? Moarg was little Moarg.
I mean, I'm willing to help you find the ogres. I mean, of course.
Well, you owe more than that.
I had nothing to do with them disappearing. I'm gonna.
You
gonna
make
use
the
my
deal,
stun.
did you not?
I'm gonna use my stun. The deceiver.
I think we discussed this, that actually stunts are finicky when they apply to players, not NPCs. But to be fair, I do remember an instance where you used the stunt and I allowed it to happen on Benjamin specifically. So for fairness sake, I will allow you to use it this time as well.
Yay!
Oof.
Yeah. I had nothing to do with it, bud. You're my friend. Why would I betray you and your ogres? Come on, I'm insulted by you even thinking of that.
Well, that wouldn't be past you still.
Really? Really? Even you, Benjamin?
You owe Bud to save people again. That much you gonna have to do.
And well, if what you said is to be believed, at least Lyri is back in the Eastern Kingdoms, and what it seems, in Silvermoon, or at the very least, up north, I guess.
Yeah, she's north.
So she should be safe, hopefully.
Why, Buhd, why do you believe that, Benjamin? Why do you believe that? Because Bladebeard's source is just the voice in my head.
I said
says so.
if you are to be believed.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Well, yeah, let's hope Lyri is safe.
Well, hopefully ogres are safe. Lyri seems to be fine if she get out and go to somewhere else.
So, are we? Are my mom and the cat all right?
Yeah, me feed cat and your mom sleeping. They okay. John keep them safe.
Is John here or did he stay?
Above board, he stayed.
All right. All right. I guess we should go back to Satea and teleport to Outlands and find your people.
Again. All right. Let's go.
Well, this
Save
is
people.
hardly the team for a prison break, but I guess it'll have to.
Should we like gather more allies, or I mean,
Well,
three
who
of us.
else would be crazy enough to follow us into a suicide mission into the Outlands?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Gonna
Yeah,
be
sure.
hard to get back all my people to planet, but hopefully we be okay.
All right. Let John stay here, and Satea, she's pretty powerful. She'll come with us, and once we free your friends, she'll teleport us all back to Stormwind.
Hopefully she know want my people's bodies too.
Don't worry. She even if she wants them, she ain't gonna get them. All right.
Better not.
DoomGoblin, can I offer you a compel?
You can. Yeah, sure.
I would like to compel your professional...
What if I said no?
It's your right to. I can't force you.
Yeah, but yeah, you can offer it.
Sure. I'd like to compel your professional kleptomaniac aspect. You remember the little presentation the hologram of the Nexus Lord gave you, and you want your due part of this transaction with the Nexus Lord, quote-unquote transaction, this powerful artifact that he promised you, which is apparently a deck of magical playing cards?
Yeah, I do want that. Yeah, sure. I'll take the compel.
Sure. Here is your fate point. Again, you don't know where it is, but you probably assume that Benjamin and Buhd would know because they stumbled on the little message.
So did the thieves left any clues in the ogre place? Do we know who did it, except for this box? That's obviously a proof that Ethereal did it.
Well, those shady guards were probably proof if you haven't lost them.
Yeah. Anything else? More we know, the better, like I always say.
Well, nothing that concerns you really.
Sure? Are you sure?
Yes.
Can I tell that he's lying?
Give me you're careful versus Benjamin sneaky.
I'm gonna spend a fate point and invoke I can read people and add +2.
Sure thing.
And I'll use a fake point as well.
And
Invoke bounty on my head, like as I lied before to evade the law. Not the law, but you know.
sure. You guys are once again tied. This is an overcome roll, so tie on an overcome means either Bladebeard fails or Bladebeard succeeds at a negative cost.
And the negative cost is decided by Thompshire.
Me.
Oh, you. Yeah, sure. I'll take that.
Well, let me think for a little bit, I guess. Yeah, you can tell that Benjamin is hiding something from you, probably quite literally. But as you realize that, you will see in the distance the guards who asked for your ID passing by. and recognize that unless you do something, they will certainly spot you and ask you questions.
Alright. If there was nothing else, we should head towards Satea, right? Let's find a sewer.
Oh, let's go save people again.
Well, not any sewer, the one we came from.
Yeah. Let's go there.
The guards will be in your way to that specific sewer.
Well, I don't know him, so I don't care.
Yeah, I'm informing DoomGoblin.
Yeah, I'm just telling my action again.
Alright, let's race to it. That sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
I'll start running towards it.
Bud will promptly start running too, although he's clearly still kind of upset.
Sure. What about Benjamin? Thompshire?
Yeah, I go.
Okay. Bladebeard, give me a sneaky with 2 unwitting assists from Benjamin and Bud.
Sure.
Just enough to make it with the assists. So yeah,
Amazing.
you run by the guards who are more distracted by this big freaking ogre, but they don't like pursue you guys as you run to the manhole. Since you're racing, feel free to roll me your quicks to see who gets there first. Bud? Okay, it's a pretty clear hierarchy. Benjamin, you get there first, and then like 20 seconds later, Bladebeard, and then 30 seconds after that, Bud.
Well done, Benjamin. You won.
Thank you.
So do let me know what you do. Do you head down the manhole?
Yeah, I think that's what we would do.
Okay. As you head down, you will see Gruswina standing in the exact same spot you left her. And as you enter, she says, ready to go, yes?
Aye. I think we are, right? We are.
I suppose so. Gruswina will start leading you to Satea's lair. Do you follow along?
Yep.
Okay. Then eventually, after a couple, 20 minutes spent wandering the tunnels, you would once again reach Satea's little underground lair, as she promised, stirring her cauldron menacingly, because that's what necromancers do. And she looks at you guys and says, "Oh, you're back.
What you cooking, good looking?"
I don't think you want to know, but thank you. Didn't you say you were bringing a friend?
Oh, he's already there. He teleported before we found him.
Okay, then how are we supposed to get there?
Oh, I'm gonna teleport us.
You are?
Aye.
Satea looks at Benjamin and Bud with a concerned expression.
I just shrug.
If he knows how to do it.
Above board, Bladebeard, the terms of your compel still apply. If you, for whatever reason, think your reward is on Azeroth, you don't want to depart.
Oh yeah. Can I, yeah, can you, like, no. It's already.
It is already.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we, like, rewind and say that, can I try to pickpocket Benjamin, but
Well,
can I do it right here in the, as we are talking with
sure.
Thea?
Give me a sneaky versus Benjamin's careful.
And my stunt would apply.
Your stunt would apply. With that big of a difference in rolls, although Benjamin's stunt would also apply because this is his general awareness, but still, with that big of a difference, you are able to like get a complete inventory of Benjamin's belongings. So, Benjamin, what's in your bag for Bladebeard to potentially take?
I guess there's my orb. There's the deck.
I would say that Bladebeard cannot take your orb because it's your stunt item.
Yeah.
I guess there's some money. There's like some miscellaneous supplies. But I guess there's really nothing else of importance
I really
that I
want
remember at the moment. Don't I have some papers or anything? I don't remember.
Lyri's note.
Oh, right. I don't think there's anything else. I'm not sure.
Wait, can we say that he has like the deck and something else that's not magical, and maybe I have to do the roll to see which one I take, which one I think is the artifact.
I mean, maybe I have my Hearthstone deck.
Oh yeah, you do have a Hearthstone deck. You did have one in episode 3.
Yeah, it's probably soaking wet and falling apart, but it's still there.
Didn't I borrow him my deck? Something
Yeah.
like that?
Oh, then Zelris, since you recently rewatched the episodes, yeah, you know better. So yeah, apparently Benjamin, you don't have a Hearthstone deck. What else?
Did Lyri give me a book at some point?
Yeah, book on Firepool, right?
Buhd has it.
Oh, right.
On his
it's still
cannon.
in his cannon.
No, isn't that the one that they took from the library? Lyri means the one she took from the mage place when they teleported in.
Oh, from the mage place. Oh yeah, I guess you do have a book on like the one that like talks about like the secret passageways of like the old town and the park. You do have that, Benjamin, I guess. Maybe Lyri has it, I don't remember.
No, Lyri gave him that book.
Sure. So Benjamin, you do have that. So DoomGoblin, you would like to roll, I'm guessing.
Yeah, let's see. Let's say 1 is the deck and 2 is the book.
Would you like to do the honors or should I?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. /roll space D2. It is the deck.
All right, I'll take it.
You take the deck. You can see like that it is literally glowing, and I am assuming you pocketed it away somewhere.
Yeah.
You now have the deck.
Amazing.
Okay, so nobody probably notices that for whatever reason Bladebeard decided to like take a few steps back, and while this was happening, Satya will say, okay, I'm more or less ready to go. She lets go of like the ladle she was using. Are we set? What do you have to do, Bladebeard?
Yeah, just give me a moment to draw the magical circle, and then I'll just have to say the magic words, and we are there.
Right. Do you do so above board?
Yeah, he'll start drawing with magical dust.
Do let me know if anybody stops him. Well, not stops him, but like does anything else while this is happening. But if not, Bladebeard, can you roll me a careful? This will be a fairly easy roll because you got a critical hit on when you learned the pattern, but just to see.
All right.
Still good enough. Still good enough. You do draw the pattern.
Yeah. All right. This goes here, and then this part that looks like a penis. All right. It's done.
Hey, it does look like that. I never noticed. Kind of looks like yours.
All right. Are we all ready?
Hmm.
Let's hope this works and we don't come out as merged abomination of all our bodies.
Do you finish the incantation for everyone? And also, does everyone agree to go?
Does everyone
Sure,
agree
yeah.
to go?
Let's do some dimensional traveling, yeah.
Yeah. As you draw the pattern and cast the spell easily enough, you guys have never seen Bladebeard do anything like inherently magical. It feels almost bizarre, but nevertheless there it is. Yeah, you guys find yourselves teleported to the same spot Lyri found herself initially in the Netherstorm. And again, it's a very bizarre landscape for everyone. And the first thing Benjamin and Bladebeard now, funnily enough, would notice is just the flood of arcane energies that's flowing all around you nearby.
Yeah, this is what I saw in my vision.
This place is bizarre, says Satya.
Bladebeard doing magic. Okay.
Everything is purple and weird.
This is... Well, someone was being very, very reckless with experimenting on magic from the looks of it. Buhd, go ahead.
I would like to pull out my my compass. What does it do?
The needle would spin and spin and spin without stopping.
Yeah, I figured.
Because technically Outland is no longer like a globe, it's a bunch of floating rocks. It doesn't have a magnetic pole anymore. Yeah.
Okay, let's find my people.
Above board, in the distance you see, Lyri saw, 3 structures. What is above board? The Mana Forge. Above board, Tempest Keep. Or what looks to be a purple dome that seems to be encasing and isolating an area of the Netherstorm.
Well, that one looks more like a ship. That one looks like a gas eater.
Don't they all sort of look like ships?
No,
that one's
looks
floating
like
though.
ships to me.
Well, those rocks over there are floating. What's that supposed to mean?
It's a floating ship. Those are floating rocks. That's a floating ship. And that over there is a big bubble. And that over there is some weird thingy.
Where is Tamal? Where are all the people?
Look, Bladebeard, are you sure we aren't dead? Because this is really weird.
Nope. I'm not sure. This could be hell.
I don't feel dead.
Well, what does death feel like?
No,
You've been dead, Bladebeard.
we are not dead. I would know. We are not dead. We're just in a very wrong place, Satya says.
You mean we're not in the right place?
No, well, I don't know. Maybe we are, maybe we're not, but wrong as in this place is... there's a lot of things wrong with it.
Yeah, it was broken by a lot of magic. Something like that.
To say the least.
Well, we're not gonna find my people by talking here, so... gotta figure out where we going.
Yeah, let's find a high ground.
So, floating spaceship? That pretty high.
Well, I assume those spaceships aren't empty, so that's probably not a great idea.
The
Let's
bubble...
find like a hill.
The bubble, it reminded me of, when I was in,
A
Hilly
bed.
Brad. Brad Hill? I don't remember name, but there was a big bubble there.
Dalaran?
Oh, is that what that was?
Is that Dalaran?
Yeah, it had like a protective dome. And then it
What?
flew up into the sky for whatever reason.
Why is Dalaran in Outlands?
What? What's that got to do with anything?
What?
Is that where city is then?
Is that where Shallan and Meridia are? And Kent are?
I kind of just hit my head a couple of times. Sorry, I think the I'm a little dimensional travel sick. Just give me a moment.
I don't think I ever been to Dalaran before. I thought it wasn't in this place though.
Well, let's check it out. It might be.
So we going to Bubble then?
How are we supposed to get through the bubble? I mean, it's probably some protection thing.
Usually there will be a password, or maybe it is a bubble. You can, like some bubbles are just meant to protect from magical energy and not from physical matter, so it's also possible that we may be able to just pass through it. It's impossible to tell this distance, but it's also impossible to tell what's inside.
Well, no sense staying here. We should go to Bubble then.
But was your vision thing inside of a bubble?
Bubble, no.
I don't think so. But it was here, definitely in the purple area.
Well, then no point in searching the bubble, right?
Well, we need to find the mall, or at least someone who knows this place.
Well, we should go explore then.
Aye. And if that really is Dalaran, then that would be very helpful.
I don't think it's Dalaran. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
What's Kansas?
Is that like Dalaran? What, not Dalaran?
Sure.
We should go to Kansas if that's what we calling Bubble Place.
Sure. As a little skeletal dog suddenly like whisks its way out from underneath Satya's skirt, and then she ushers it back there. No, stay hidden.
Alright, let's all like lock our hands and start skipping towards the bubble.
You know, I hate to ruin your mood, but you know, this place isn't very pleasant, so there are probably not very pleasant things roaming around as well.
Oh, definitely not, says Satya. But
let's be sneaky then.
But she reaches over to take your hand, Bladebeard.
Sure.
I'd like to hold hands with the captain.
Sure. Have fun.
She
Oh, you
smiles.
two getting too romantic.
Oh, stop.
Go on date later. We're gonna go see people.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay, so you head towards the protective dome thingy, correct?
Sure.
Apparently.
Okay. Well, we're gonna roll on the random encounter table, so let's see what happens. Interesting. Okay. As you go on and walk, first question: you guys are being sneaky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then all of you roll me your sneakies, please.
Oh boy.
Okay, those are the numbers anything will need to roll, to beat to find you guys. As you will see, a bolt of magical lightning come down and strike fairly close to you guys, and from the bolt will arise. Let me put it on screen. One of these lovely things. And
Blueberry Man.
let me roll. Not in storm. We're in another storm. My bad. And let me roll to see if it sees you guys. So it would see everyone except Bladebeard and Satea. Bladebeard and Satea, as you guys are holding hands, walking on by, it turns its attention to Benjamin and Buhd. And who would be closest? Actually, it would turn its attention to Benjamin. And Benjamin, you would hear in your mind, "Consume," as this thing charges towards you.
I'll just take out one of my axes and toss it like really quick before it can react.
Well, we are in initiative order, so going in initiative order, you would go first, Benjamin. You deal a point of damage to it. Sure. Bladebeard's not Bladebeard's turn. Satea's turn. She's too happy at holding hands with Bladebeard to notice. Bladebeard's turn.
Oh wow.
Do I notice?
Up to you. Give me a careful. Nope.
All right.
You're starting to think that maybe Satea's the type of girl that's more than just a one-night stand kind of girl.
Yeah. Maybe I start to think that.
Bladebeard will settle down. That's scary.
The Voidwalker on its turn reaches you and tries to, like, slash at you, for lack of a better term, grab you, Benjamin.
I can't just skip back to avoid the grab slash whatever.
Give me a quick. Oh, you definitely do, and you create an advantage. Do you have anything, a term in mind for the advantage?
I don't know, quick step.
Sure. While I type that in, it is Bud's turn.
Buhd will walk over to one of the purple rocks on the ground and will move to chuck it at the Voidwalker.
Okay. Sounds forceful to me. Give me a forceful. The Voidwalker just, like, tanks the blow without even flinching and continues its assault. Benjamin's turn. As it once again whispers in your mind, "Must consume. You touched by the void you were."
Oh, he speaks more words to Lyri. Okay. I kind of
Barely.
I unsheathe my sword, and as like in the motion of unsheathing, I like slash at the Voidwalker.
Okay, Samurai, give me a quick. You deal a heavy blow towards it.
How many hits does he need to die?
After this one, it'll be one more hit for it to die.
Then I'll use my advantage.
Okay. You use your advantage and samurai anime style, you draw your sword and make a quick slash, and the camera sees that you are somehow on like past the Voidwalker as it tried to make a grab for you, and as we get like a freeze frame and we see, wait, what happened? The Voidwalker suddenly disintegrates, leaving just its bracers behind.
Huh, a shame no one saw that.
But did.
Bud gives Benjamin a thumbs up.
I give a thumbs up back, then sheath my sword. Then grab the axe, of course.
Sure.
Are you two lovebirds having fun?
Oh, no, lovebirds?
what?
No.
In case you didn't notice, we were attacked by a Voidwalker.
Voidwalker?
Who?
I don't. Well, there's void energies everywhere. I don't sense a Voidwalker.
Well, he's
Yeah,
dead.
Benjamin, just take him out. There are fancy bracers over there.
Oh, so what's the problem?
Never mind. Let's just keep going.
Oh,
Nasty lovebirds.
yeah, I'm gonna go to the bracelets and
So they all come
Take
with
them.
you. And say, I wouldn't be cautious with those.
oh, why?
Oh, well, they probably are still brimming with void energy. Nasty stuff. It's, she taps you with a finger on the head.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Okay. Do you guys continue on your way?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's roll once again on the random encounter table. That is... okay. As you guys are wandering the wasteland, with that roll, you, like, climb over a small hill and find, once I put them on screen, this gentleman.
Oh, look. It's the mall.
Oh, great. Tamal, hey, all here.
Oh, he like rushes in your direction, clearly very happy to see you guys.
I mean, how could we tell that he was happy?
It's probably the first time you've ever seen him run.
Oh, so he'd be zigzagging.
Sure. And he says, Captain, Mr. Benjamin, Mr. Buhd, and person, what are you doing here?
This is Satea, the necromancer.
And Bladebeard's girlfriend.
Oh, no, we're not.
No.
No.
What are you talking about?
No, yeah, what are you talking about? Right. Hello. I'm very happy to find you people here. I thought I was honestly done for, but what are you doing here?
We are going to... Yeah, sure, but...
Your boss steal my ogres. We're here to save them.
Yes, he did do that. I would not advise doing that. I would advise going back.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't have that option.
By the way, Zelris, you could have encountered him too if you rolled that number on the random encounter table. Yep. Go ahead, Skoll. I'm sorry.
I don't have that option to ball. I gotta save my people.
What do you mean you don't have that option? It's Nexus Lord Teeironor. He won't just kill you. He'll turn you into those things if you're lucky.
Well, we can turn him into toilet paper if we defeat him.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn him into a scarf and wear him, stealing my people and making them merchandise. I don't care if he's a lord. I don't care if he's the Prince of Narnia. He going down. I don't know what Narnia is, but it sounds like a bad place.
Right. Do I have to come with you?
Well, I know you're scared, so you don't have to.
You should be scared. You should be scared too.
Well, if you aren't coming, directions would be appreciated.
Sure. Sure. Are you looking for the Nexus Lord or anything else in particular?
Well, some help would be nice too, but
Well,
yeah.
I will come. I can't just abandon you guys, but well, oh, Jesus. He doesn't say Jesus. Well, are you sure we can't just let this go?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, over that way, points in the opposite direction of you guys, is a congregation of nether dragons. I would advise against going there. Over that way are a group of blood elves. I suspect Lyri may be there. I thought about heading there, but, well, those blood elves betrayed my people a while back, and, well, relations aren't exactly good between us, so they are just as likely to kill me, honestly. So, maybe you'll find some help there, maybe not. Also in that direction, but just sort of moving past is, the floating thing you see in the sky. I believe it's called Tempest Keep. I would not recommend going there, being honest, but your choice. Yeah, I suppose that's more or less what's of interest around here.
What's the bubble?
Oh, that's where some of my people are at, a conservation project. It's some silly stuff. I don't recommend learning about it. But, well, it's not exactly my people, but it's the consortium. Nasty bunch. I don't recommend dealing with them.
Where would they keep ogres?
Probably at the base camp. It's hidden more or less points in a random direction. But, well, I wouldn't recommend going straight there, and, well, you're probably going to need help if you're going to head there, because there's quite a few of my people there, and, well, I really shouldn't be telling you this, but I think I'm enough trouble anyway. I was part of the Ethereum, as you guys know, but, well, the Nexus Lord heads a, rather is part of a certain branch of the Ethereum. I don't suppose you've ever heard of something called the Shadow Guard. I wouldn't recommend it, but point is, nasty place, nasty people, very, very dangerous. Don't go there, for your own safety.
Well, if my people there, I have to go there some point.
I mean no offense, Mr. Buhd, but it's not just the next lord you'd have to face if you head there. It's his subordinates too, and, well, if there's any Shadow Guard people there, them too. Trust me, we're better off doing something else. Very dangerous, very dangerous.
So essentially, if we want to succeed, we need help from at least one of these other factions, right?
Yep. Well, there's also Area 52 itself. I was supposed to this teleportation spell was supposed to take us there, but I guess it was a little off. It's that way direction, but it's very far off. Probably a couple days travel at this point. There's goblins there, funnily enough, and the forces of Xal'atath City and a few people from the consortium. Wouldn't recommend it, but they're definitely better than the Ethereum.
Why are goblins and blood elves here? I thought this was a orc and ogre world.
No, well, I think it used to be. As for the goblins, I'm quite honestly not particularly sure myself. I believe they're explorers and they want to do some sort of experiment involving a missile, I think. As for the Blood Elves, they turned... this place used to be known as Farallon, a fairly lush and prosperous, one of the few remaining lush places in Outland, actually. They turned it into this, pointing at its general surroundings.
Alan here was thinking of asking them for help. I guess
well,
not.
they're definitely not friends of the Ethereals, and they would certainly be interested in opposing them. I can tell you that much. But yes, they're well. Lyri might be there, I suppose.
No, she already back on Azeroth. She according to Bladebeard.
A few minutes ago, I felt that she was back on Azeroth.
Right. Satay will say, the captain's probably right on that one if he felt it and probably heard someone say it. Tomo just stares at her. Right. What's the plan? I recommend returning to Azeroth post-haste.
Well, it sounds like these Blood Elf people have the beef with mummy people, so...
Yes, but I am a mummy person.
Well, but you're a good one.
The Blood Elves may not notice the difference. And, they're not...
We'll tell them.
They're not also particularly fond of anyone who's not an elf or a demon. Forget I said that.
Well, I am partially elf, for what it's worth.
And I kind of look like a demon. I got the horn and I look spooky.
Yeah, and Bladebeard smells like a demon.
I've been called a demon before.
Yeah, he does kind of smell like a demon.
Satya chuckles. Okay, so we're doing this then. Okay, not returning to Azeroth, not to a safe place. Okay, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. I'm just the only voice of reason here. Okay. The Blood Oaths are points in the direction of the Manor Forge, which is visible. And she who say, I suppose that's where we're headed then.
Any objections?
Yes, I object, says Tamal.
But I think we should go with Tamal's plan and go to the Blood Elves.
No.
But his plan was to go back to Azeroth.
Yes.
Which I'm not doing that plan. I was gonna recommend, if they're anything way like Lyri, then they no good, I think. Why not try dragons? We dragons have always been good with us.
Well, how many have we met?
Well, except for Pirate Dragon, but he was a pirate dragon, so...
I mean, Lyri is... Well, she's not really a pirate, but the seafaring dragon?
Yeah, but she was good. I mean, not Pirate Dragon. The creepy Time Dragon. The Dwarf Dragon.
The orc dragon, you mean?
He an orc? I thought he was a dwarf.
I
Yeah,
think he
he
was
was-
one of
he was a
those
dwarf.
dragon ogres or whatever they are.
But yeah, so we have good encounters with dragons.
I don't know. That seems like a 50-50 thing.
Oh,
Well-
And
well, those dragons, a few years ago, they were the more savage and wild type. They hunted pretty much everyone around, more or less for sport. I heard a few years ago, back when the Dark Portal reopened, that a blue dragon came here and apparently taught them to be better dragons, I think. So,
A blue dragon.
Kizzy is a blue dragon.
So we should go see the dragons. That's what I think we should do. The elves are just
well, it's just a
No.
rumor. I could definitely be mistaken. But when I was working for the Nexus Lord, general orders were to avoid them.
Because the Nexus Lord fears the dragons.
I mean, it's dragons. Yes, they're typically fearsome. I've never met a dragon before, says Satea.
Oh,
so.
They're
What
like-
what our vote on? I say that we go see dragons and not stingy elves.
Well, I hate to say this, but I think the elves are the better choice.
Bleh.
I'm gonna vote for dragons. And if that doesn't work, then goblins? Maybe?
No,
Well,
not the
Be-
goblins. Please, Bladebeard.
Benjamin
Anything
no
but that.
like. Well, I say Plan B is well I know Benjamin no like it, but goblins are not that bad. They teach me how to talk so well. And they gave me the name Buhd. That's like 2 for 1.
You have a very interesting story, says Satea. My vote is for going back to Azeroth, please, says Tamal.
Well, you can go
so,
back
yeah.
tomorrow. You
Oh.
can go back to John and hang out with Cat that talks and eats scraps.
Would you like me to teleport him back, says Satea?
Sure. Yeah.
She turns to Tamal and says, I'll be honest, I'm completely terrified, and I don't want to be here, but I also don't want to leave you people alone. Above board decision. You guys decide if Tamal goes home or sticks with you guys.
He did. Don't the Ethereals like know he's in Stormwind, or at least saw him there?
The
Probably not a good idea.
Ethereals also have, if you remember, a listening device on Captain Bladebeard.
Yeah,
Well,
this is
I don't think. Wait, do we know that?
Only Bladebeard does.
Either way. I don't
Well.
think he'd return to somewhere he just left because they already know he was in Stormwind.
I mean, if we're going by above board knowledge, I don't want Tamal to go to Stormwind to die.
Yeah, I also want him to stay.
Yeah, like just kind of based on like logic, I don't think he'd go back to where he was already found. Seems kind of like a recipe for disaster.
He really doesn't have anyone to kind of protect him either, so... It's like if it was like, oh, we'll send him back and he goes to the Blasted Lands with Lyri, it'd be like, oh, that's fine. Because then Lyri would be able to protect him.
Badlands, Skoll, the Badlands,
Oh, it's Badlands?
SMH.
They're so similar. It's not my fault that they look the same and sound the same.
No, the Blasted Lands is red, Badlands orange.
The
They're the same color.
Wow! There's like 2 shades between.
Lyri went to the Badlands. It kind of would have been simpler if she went to the Blasted Lands, because then she could have kind of rejoined you guys fairly soon.
No, the Badlands is really good.
Yeah.
Do you know instead?
The Badlands is definitely
Actually,
interesting.
I'm the best place I could have teleported to. I'm happy.
Anyway,
Anyway,
She's got to hang out with Rathian. If I know this is.
No, the reliquary is there.
Oh, there you go.
People to hang out with.
More blood elf.
Exactly.
For once, I want Lyri to hang out with like a race. Like, oh, it'd be so funny if she was sent to Orgrimmar.
You know, I haven't decided where in the Badlands you're going to be teleported yet.
Yeah, but anyway, we can discuss that later. Tomorrow, I vote he stays. Netherstorm.
I vote he stays too, just because I don't want him to die.
Same.
Yeah, fair.
Well, I think. Would you guys agree? Let me change the offer a little bit. How about Satea teleports Tamol away, but I gave you an interesting piece of information.
Is the interesting information positive or negative?
I vote no.
I cannot tell you that.
I vote no. I feel like you would go.
I don't like risking it, because when you say interesting information, it can mean, oh, Tamal blew up.
Well, it's I wouldn't do that, but it's definitely information that will be useful and will inform your decisions. I cannot tell you if it's good or bad, though.
But Tamal can give tiny little tidbits of information. I say long term, it's better to get long term tidbits than one big info dump.
I'm gonna vote no. I don't want to risk it.
I vote no as well.
Yeah, I agree.
I wanted to vote yes, but it's too risky.
DoomGoblin?
Oh, I already said no.
Okay, unanimous no. Then Tamal will stick with you guys, and you guys are set to head for the Nether Dragon place, as I think it's a good spot to end today's session. Do you guys agree?
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay. Thoughts on today's session?
I knew exactly it was going to head in this direction the moment, but that Buhd left the ogres by themselves.
And curse Lyri for leaving again.
Yeah. Why can't you stay on the same planet for one session?
Listen, Lyri wanted. This only happened because Teeironor said that Lyri spilled some dust. That was not my plan at all, or Lyri's plan. It pained me to do so, but that's what she did.
This is why you should always carry your funky colored dust in a transparent
I
bag.
mean, at least it was back to Azeroth and not like Argus or something.
Or like the other side of Outlands.
Oh,
I mean, I guess the other side is closer to the portal now.
I thought when you say the other side, I thought you mean like, oh yeah, Frostfire Ridge is floating off into the abyss.
No, like the Shadow Moon Valley would have been horrible.
Oh, that would have been very, very fun. But
Almost be eaten by a bug.
Lyri becomes a demon hunter.
Oh, she would not.
Lyri Storm Rage.
Not become a demon hunter.
She needs to gather all the powers and all the transformations.
She becomes Captain Lyri, as in Captain Planet.
And be the third captain. That's great.
So her skin turns blue, her hair turns blue. She wears a really red T-shirt with a globe on it.
Her horn break. She has a big bitch. She puts blades in, etc., etc.
well, needless to say, if you had gotten poor enough rolls, yes, some of the teleportation places would have been interesting. And again, like the reason you guys are certain that Satea will teleport you back safely is because she like set up basically like a teleportation circle, like a place, like a sort of like quote unquote Hearthstone place, so to say, where like she can not instantly, but she can like take you there, no issues, because it's like a safe spot, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to maybe like take a look at what she drew so I could maybe teleport us back as well. But then I was like, Bladebeard wouldn't think of that, and also I like that we kind of have the reason that she has to survive this and she has to stay with us. So yeah, we are done without her. We are stuck on Draenor. So yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a very fun campaign. I'm not like if there were like a more clear point, I would say that we could like start season 3, but we haven't like reached a clear story point where like we can say that, oh yeah, things have reached like an appropriate end for actual season 3.
Yeah, this has kind of been all over the place a little bit, but in the best way.
Yeah. Definitely. Thoughts on like the reward Bladebeard got?
Oh, I think I know what this might be like. Maybe like inspired by a certain item from D&D, and I'm very excited.
Yep, definitely. Do you guys know or remember what this is?
The deck of many things.
Yeah. But asking everyone else.
I have no idea what this is.
Okay. In Dungeons and Dragons, like in typical Dungeons and Dragons, one of the items that you can get is like a very, very rare legendary item called the Deck of Many Things, which if you draw a card, a very, very powerful magical effect can happen. Like in classic D&D, a typical one effect can be you instantly level up, or it can also be some demon steals your soul or something like that. Like, it's some very, very powerful campaign changing effects that can be either good or bad. This deck, while it's heavily inspired by the Dungeons and Dragons one, I will say it's also very, very different. Like, most of the outcomes aren't the ones you will find in the classic Dungeons and Dragons set.
Yeah, sounds fun.
Whoever would have taken a look at it would have seen that there are 15 cards in total.
That's not a deck.
Sorry?
That's like a handful of cards.
And Yu-Gi-Oh! Abused me. Where's the 40 cards?
I mean, the Deck of Many Things in D&D has 22 cards, for reference's sake. But yeah, again, if you were to draw a card, it can potentially be a campaign-changing effect, for good or bad. Like, it's definitely something not to be taken lightly, and I do love the idea of giving you guys this temptation, let's say.
By you guys, you mean Bladebeard.
I almost had Buhd at a fit of rage throw the cards away, but because he had no idea what the merchandise thing was about, he didn't really do that.
Again, just for I mentioned this, but like the cards will not separate unless intentionally drawn. So like there's no need to worry about like dropping it and the cards spilling everywhere or anything. So no, because they're big magical fancy stuff. I do look forward if you guys ever decide to use them. It would definitely be interesting.
Yeah, I definitely intend to at least try one, and we'll see.
I'm glad Buhd is being brought into all this, because it's very, very cool to see him in Netherstorm, I guess.
I had a feeling he was going to get dragged along regardless somehow. I had a few theories. I had like two theories. One, he'd be accidentally teleported by the necromancer, or it would be on purpose for some reason because she's nefarious. And the second one was that the Nexus Lord would get them when Buhd was away, which is what I thought was going to happen. So I was like, all right, yep. Or the third option, and this was like a wild card one, was they would somehow like need Buhd's help really badly, and they would contact Buhd somehow, and Buhd would have to come in and save the day. That one I didn't think was going to happen, but it was a possibility, I guess.
Also, funnily enough, because Bladebeard's item, like that he got from the Nexus Lord, is a listening device. I remember, like when you got it, you mentioned, "Oh yeah, it was stupid to get rid of it back in season 1." Well, now you know that the item in season 1 was also a listening device.
Great.
Also, now the Nexus Lord knows that you guys have to mull and where you're heading exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know how that will help us, but I still think that it's better to hold on to it for some reason. I don't know. We'll see.
We will see. Is the best thing I can say. Yep.
Yep. We could have been this close to a reunion if it wasn't for that fucking Nexus Lord I found, or whatever it was called, the patrol.
Just a random ethereal patrol.
Yeah, just a random.
Well, but above board, the like ethereal like scout leader person that you've stumbled on was like a boss level character, not a final boss level character like the Nexus Lord, but still a boss level.
So as powerful as the Drake that I ran away from.
More so, as powerful as Subject 7.
Was Juba boss level or final boss level?
Juba was boss level, right?
Just boss level, not final boss level.
Yeah, Lyri.
That's scary. That's very scary.
An attack from that guy.
I mean,
I hope Drastius and Marina are okay.
Who's okay? Sorry.
Drastius and Marina.
Oh, right. I guess we'll see.
Right now.
Just to reiterate, Thompshire, regarding Juba, like the big reason you lost to him was because you guys split up, not because he was so undefeatable. He was tough, but
just surrendering the image of Juba right now. I can't believe.
Yeah, he's like this mythical being that destroyed us.
He's the strongest character in the.
Honestly, I feel like if Buhd has stayed, we would have beat him.
No, he's the strongest man in this side of Azeroth.
I don't think Buhd ever got to use his cannon on it.
No,
Yeah, he did.
Off.
You did.
Didn't you shoot off his arm?
Oh, I did?
Yeah, and then he ran away after that.
Yeah, like you fucking blew off his arm and the dude just
Oh,
powered
yeah.
through it.
Kick their asses.
It's just the ultimate Chad. It doesn't care.
You guys told Buhd to keep running, so Buhd did. It was Bladebeard who told him to run, but same thing.
Run, Buhd, run.
Run, Buhd, run. You're our best fighter. Run.
I'm sure he's so strong that by this point his arm grew back.
He's been drinking protein shakes, now it's right back.
Alright, we're gonna have Buhd find like a Fell Reaver arm, and he's gonna start carrying that instead of a cannon.
You're gonna get to the Furious base, and then you find out the person who won the new Brawlers Guild Championship and is being turned into a robot is actually Juba this whole time. And he's back for a new robot arm.
We're gonna fight Mecha Juba.
Oh god.
He's like a robot arm, like Nero from Devil May Cry 5.
Machinery can't surpass his natural perfect genes.
Who knows?
Indeed, who knows? Indeed, who knows? Like, I know what Juba's up to, but I'm not gonna tell you guys.
God, I love Juba.
Okay. Any other thoughts, I suppose, before we go into our shoutouts?
I don't think so.
Nope.
I think I'm good. I like that we got a little bit of Buhd being angry at Bladebeard, but they didn't last very long, so.
Because of Bladebeard's goddamn stunt. Which I
was set up.
In
I was set up.
hindsight, I shouldn't have allowed you to use it against other players, but because I made that judgment before, I can't go back on it now.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to. I mean, in a way, I can kind of justify it because it isn't technically Bladebeard's fault, but I did like that. Buhd was mad at Bladebeard and like, yeah.
yeah, it actually isn't really Bladebeard's fault, because like when he spoke to the Nexus Lord, he did so with the intention of getting him to fuck off, and for the moment he did. Anyway, shall we go into our shoutouts? Okay. Well, dear viewers, thank you once again for watching and listening to us. Let's see what these lovely people are up to, starting with Sir Thompshire. Can you please go ahead and talk about yourself, what you're doing, etc., etc.?
Sure, you can find me both on Twitter and YouTube, where I've been posting the campaign renders, which I have been forgetting for the past 4 months for whatever reason. So check that out. And hopefully I'll be posting a machinima in the next few coming months. Let's see. Hopefully that happens. And yeah, that's sort of what's been going on.
Nice. Just a reminder for the shoutouts. Technically, we recorded this episode 2 weeks before it actually came out. So, fun stuff. Okay. Thank you very much, Thompshire. Next, according to the dice, would be formerly Miss Netherstorm, now Miss Badlands, I guess. Zelris, can you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you are doing?
My name is Zelris. I make stuff on Twitter and YouTube, usually WoW Machinima or WoW memes or whatever. You can follow me on there for my stuff, and if you don't want to see my stuff, then don't follow me on there.
You should want to see Zelris' stuff, because Zelris' stuff is very well made, and she puts a lot of effort into it. Thank you very much, Zelris. Next, according to the dice, would be Skoll Shorties. Can you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you are doing?
Yep. I'm Skoll Shorties, and I work on World of Warcraft videos, mostly lore videos and machinima, speculation, spoilers, what if scenarios, all that stuff. And like I said, machinimas, which is what I'm currently working on, and I'll probably work on some lore videos in the near future as well.
Nice.
You can find that on the YouTube and Twitter.
Nice. Thank you very much, Skoll. And next, we would have DoomGoblin. Can you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you are doing?
Yeah, hello, it's me, DoomGoblin, and I draw stuff. For the past few days, I've been drawing dragons for a whole month, and I drew a bunch of them already. Probably more than when we are recording this, so yeah. Is this episode going to get out on next month, or is it still going to be August?
The 27th.
Alright, probably 27 dragons, more or less, are done.
Fingers crossed. Thank you very much, DoomGoblin. And I was your dungeon master, game master, Teeironor. I do this series, which is a lot of fun, and I also do another series set in a homebrew universe called Legacy of the Rimland that you can find on my channel. That's also a lot of fun with a different bunch of lovely people. Other than that, thank you once again, dear viewers, for watching and listening to us. We will be back next week, most likely, on Skoll Shorties' channel, and we will see you there. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
See you.